I don't care if you were trying to be the new Black Leon Kennedy all night. Up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with the dankest of dank shit. On my left, the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
When Black and the Black Times Infinity entered your life, it was the single most defining moment of your life. For us, it was Wednesday.
All right. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people on the threes and fours, Chronos.
Finally, the podcast has come back.
That's good.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Shit, what the fuck? What's my intro? Damn it, I've done this in so long. It's your boy Blue. Yay! There you go. Been too long since I podcast. I forgot how to podcast.
Yeah, man. It's like a bicycle, though. You don't have to relearn. You never forget.
No, you don't. It just comes back naturally.
Do we have some statistical analysis? It feels like it's been so goddamn long. All the statistics are on fucking floppy disks.
Yeah, no shit.
No, that gave people time to catch up.
Yeah. Actually, we had over the past, couple of weeks, we had actually decent numbers, which is kind of weird. It's nice though.
Thank you very much. Great podcast.
Yeah, thanks for supporting the podcast. Though, appreciate it. Listener of the week would be X0R, friend of the podcast, also.
Oh yeah,
Steve, what's going on, fam? Also, I owe him a text, but I'll get into sort of why we were gone in a little bit, and then he'll probably understand. So,
okay. Old Ninja, before we get into our explanations, it's been a minute and all of that. Are you pouring out something, and is it urban-y?
Yeah, as soon as my fucking shitload. I didn't do anything pretty big, but I figure everybody kind of knows this person. Or should have known. Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Springer, the one-time mayor of Cincinnati. One-time running governor of Cincinnati. He ran for governor.
Wait, Cincinnati's a city.
I'm sorry, Minnesota. Ran for governor of Minnesota. And I don't.
Ohio?
He didn't win.
Ohio.
Was it Ohio? Are you sure it wasn't Minnesota?
Yes.
I'm trying to get this.
Cincinnati's in Ohio.
I know this because I just listened to a podcast about Jerry Springer. So
I thought he crossed state lines. I thought he left one state because
I could be incorrect.
Jesse Ventura beat him out.
No,
the wrestler beat him out.
Says he stepped down the seat of governor for Ohio, or running for governor. Wait, what?
Yeah, he ran for governor, but he didn't win. But he was mayor. He was mayor of Cincinnati. That is 100%. Jerry Springer was so for you young kids out there, before World Star Hip Hop, there was Jerry Springer. So before everyone was out there, World Star with their phones out, it was all Jerry. And when people fight, no matter where you were, at a Denny's,
Jerry,
any kind of urban setting where late night shenanigans would go down, or like or even if you're in like a farmer's town with cousin fuckers and uncle daddies and all that, and when they're fighting for custody of kids, and they start fighting physically, they start chanting Jerry, which was a nod to the Jerry Springer show,
precursor to World Star.
Yes. So just like Jerry Springer's show was so popular that his type security guard had his own show.
Yep.
Steve, right? What's this? Steve, yeah.
Steve Ditko. I'm not sure if his show's still running, but he had his own show for a while, and it was super popular, and that was Jerry Springer. I can't switch my shit. Here we go.
Damn, I should have cut my hair today. This would have been the ball club. Yeah. Everybody's hair is all nice and smooth and stuff.
Haircut. It's my receding hairline. Looks like I'm bald.
So Jerry Springer, he showed on numerous TV shows. He's been on Married with Children. He's been on wrestling, even though people wrestle on his show. He has a movie about his show starring him, them recreating the shenanigans on the show. Was actually fairly famous stars. The movie's called Ringmaster. That shit had
I remember
fucking Jamie Presley's in that movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild.
That was like Sharknado before Sharknado was cool.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's just weird because that shit, the show about Jerry Springer, where he plays himself about his show about some crazy fucking shit. There's also one of his most famous stories that there's a bunch of spring break kids that lied on the show, made up a whole story,
Oh yeah,
and
remember
went on the
that?
show. And after a while, they came out like, "Oh, we made it all up and ended up on the show." And it's just like, you fucking kids. So,
Like she was cheating on him with his best friend, and then like
some
all
shit
kind
like
of crazy
that.
shit happened.
And they
I
fought
remember
on
that.
stage, but all that was fucking
Yeah.
staged by them. It's
Yep.
not like the producer staged that. These kids, these three people, they staged that shit and became a huge fucking phenomenon on there. But yeah, so Jerry Springer was Wild TV or Hood Rat TV, whatever you want to call it, before it became basically World Star Hip Hop or
What's
bum
the,
fights and
was
shit like that.
was Jerry known for like you're not the no you're not the father of Maury? That's right. Maury was
That's
the
more
you're not the
of it.
father guy.
No, he so Jerry Springer had something similar at the end. He had like his words of wisdom at
Yep.
the end of every show. But like some of the wildest shit about like, like an aunt had her nephew's baby and shit like that. Like the weirdest shit you would ever think of would be on the show. And it became super popular as they called it trash TV back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
call it.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it
so-
was really a shame because you're talking about all that stuff that he did, but honestly, he was actually a really good dude. And
was a good
people, huh?
He was a good dude, but the stuff that he put on TV was
Well, let me just
trash.
explain. So this guy was literally like a really good politician. He used to intern for the Kennedys back in the day.
Yep.
And he first originally ran for the mayor of Cincinnati. I think it was Cincinnati. And he ended up not getting it, but he ended up being the city council member, like the head of the city council. And he did a really good job. Like he never lost a race while doing that. But he did step down from being on the city council because there was an illegal massage parlor that got shut down. And apparently he paid for illegal services with a fucking check. So he stepped down.
This is back in the day.
Yes, he stepped down, obviously in disgrace, but he decided to come out in public and talk about it and just take his licks from the public. And they were making fun of him like for a while, and he admitted to it. You know, he made a commercial about getting an actual credit card, which is kind of hilarious. And yeah, he ended up being voted back in to city council and did a really good job. And he ended up like running out of money. That's the reason why he did the Jerry Springer show. But he was like one of the most successful politicians that did a lot of good things for the city. And people just kind of forget about that because of the Jerry Springer show. But for him, the Jerry Springer show was like him acting. It was like him putting on a show. And he has a persona. And he'll even talk about that. Like he doesn't really, he disassociates with that whole thing. And he was like, I just did it for money. He actually tried to get back into politics while doing the Jerry Springer show, but he couldn't, because they wouldn't let him out of his contract because he was getting paid so much money and he was so successful. So I would recommend that if you want to learn more about Jerry Springer, listen to This American Life. It was like 1 or 2
weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, they did a really good job like breaking down Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't read about that. I knew his political activities lasted up until about 2018. He didn't want to run for the gubernatorial election because he was too old. However, most of the people in politics are fucking old. So he died at the age of 79. When that's like almost what the average age of like your representative or congressman is about.
It's a little older than that, but yeah, not far off.
Yeah, so it's like he suffered from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Which that's what took his life at the age of 79.
It's a shitty way to go.
It is.
Because I had pancreas issues, and it's some of the worst pain ever. Real quick, first in the chat was Warrior Fella, and thank you very much, Mile High Blurred, for the super chat. It's a great way to us. So.
Shout out to Mile High Blurred. Shout out to the fact that his Nuggets won.
Wait
much
a minute.
lovely.
What did his nuts do? I don't understand.
His nuggets.
Did his balls get an award? What are we
Nuggets.
talking about here?
The Denver Nuggets. So
His Mile High Nuggets.
the LA Lakers, game 1. Game 2 is today, isn't it?
Something like that. I don't know.
It's crazy. Like speaking of the chat, there's a new feature for YouTube chat. Like there's like a little emoticon button in the chat where I guess you can push it, and I guess we get like little hearts and stuff. So there's like hearts, smiley face, one of those confetti things, an O face, and a 100
an O
thing.
face, an orgasm face is on.
Ooh,
Is it?
I can engage the audience. What's
There you
going on?
go.
Here?
Yeah, I
This is
think
new.
it's like there's cool things you can do. But
Yeah.
I just want to chat. Kind of jump back to Jerry Springer. One thing I learned from Jerry Springer is you can't base your kids' look off of. Actually, no, that was more my bad. I'm thinking of Maury still. Damn it. Never mind.
Well, but
No, because I know
hold on, Jerry-
one of those shows like like it may not look like you, but it can still be yours because you have a partner. They might look more like them, or like you can have like some features that just don't kind of skip generations, which is kind of crazy. But like, yeah, I just thought that was interesting when it came to those type of trash TV shows.
Maury was more known for the whole "you are not the father," and that became like a staple. But Jerry was not above doing like paternity stuff either. Like there were plenty of times where it would be on that show of like, "You ain't his daddy" or "You ain't his mom." Like that shit would happen on there too.
And sometimes, but he had more live action footage on his shows where they're doing paternity.
Yeah, he
tests.
did.
There was that, and then the biggest thing though that was a staple for Jerry was almost every episode that I remember watching, there was a fight towards the middle or the end. Like,
Yeah,
chair throwing shit. Yeah.
So people thought that if basically a bad episode of Jerry was where there's no fight. If there was no fight, there was a bad episode.
Yeah. And just to go back to his whole like montage at the end, that shit was like semi-wholesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like he would have some trashy like fighting and incest bullshit, and then at the end he'd be like, "Be good to each other," and
Yeah,
try to do each other right.
Every time.
I'm like these trash ass people.
That's terrible.
I just gave you an example of what not to be like. Be better.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically what Jerry said at the end of the show.
I don't know how his producer. I mean, obviously people did it to get onto TV, and Jerry would. I mean, there were times where like people were like, I would say the precursor to Jerry was like, what's his name, Geraldo. Geraldo had fight where they threw that chair and smacked him in the face. And then like later on, you have Jerry Springer where people were fighting with the wildest fucking subject matter you would ever take. Wow.
Is there like a best of Jerry Springer
DVD
collection?
There's DVD collection.
VHS.
Like I said, you can watch Ringmaster, the 1988 movie about it. What happened on the show? Just there's so much shit that he did. You can watch his. I guess you can watch his commercial where he literally talked about using the check. Fucking wild.
I know we've kept everybody waiting. I want to give one quick shout out before I know Kronos has some explaining to do about some of the stuff that's been going on just in his life. But real quick, shout out to Jamie Foxx. I believe he has been hopefully released. I don't know if it's rumor or factual.
Yeah. So according to his daughter, he is in rehab now. Not rehab. He's doing rehabilitation at home.
Good. So just shout out to him. Glad he's still with us. He's an extreme talent. And, I was real saddened to hear about him being hospitalized and,
Just like a time too.
Yeah. All right.
Little fun fact about Jamie Foxx. The reason why his last name is Fox was Foxx. It's a tribute to Red Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his real name is like Charles or some bullshit.
His real name is Eric Marlon Bishop.
Okay,
There you go.
So
all right.
You can actually, real quick, one more last thing on Jamie Foxx. You can watch his Inside the Actor Studio where he explains all of that shit.
Yep. Kronos, floor is yours, man. You've been through some shit.
All right, so what happened? I'm actually going to start with an RIP. This is how shitty like the past 2 weeks has been in my life. My RIP is actually... So our dog had to get put to sleep yesterday. So, and that's like the latest of like the string of fucking fucked up bullshit that has happened in my life over the past 2 weeks. So if you're thinking, oh, why were you guys gone? That's like part of it, is that level of seriousness. So RIP to Scrappy Doo. He was a good boy. He was almost 17 years old. But over the last year, he was a Shih Tzu. He was a great dog. and I'd known him for more than half of his life. He came into my life because he was Kay's dog, and he became our dog after a while. And over the past, year, he's just degraded. Dogs, when they get old, stuff happens. Like he hurt his back, then his rear hips started having issues, then his front legs, and just shit happens, and you don't want to see it happen. But it got to a point to where he was just in so much pain all the time, in probably 24 hours, it just went really downhill quick for him, unfortunately, and we had to put him down, and it sucks because he was cool as fuck.
Yeah, I know. Scrappy was my dog's like basically best friend. Like every time I would, even when I get up to the house, like right when my dog Charlie would see that your house, she would be like super excited, scratching at the window trying to get out. And like I let her out, she'd run straight to the door, start scratching at the door, and like her and Scrappy would like my dog Charlie, like she plays with other dogs, but like Scrappy was definitely like her best friend. Like she was always hanging out. Like whenever we would take a trip, like you would watch our dog, and like I have a picture of Charlie like sleeping in Scrappy spot on the couch where like the little top cushion and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really sad. It's sad because like my dog is getting up there in age 2, and it's like I don't know how I'm gonna have that conversation when she does pass, and like with our little guy with baby Bash, like he's gonna be like, where's Charlie? Because he knows Charlie, he'll say Charlie's name like here and there, but it's just gonna be interesting how to explain that to them. But I know like you had to kind of do that with Riley, right?
Yeah. There's actually a really good book that helps explain things to kids. It's a book it's the kid's book about death, and it talks about people, but I just let her know that this happens to do with anything that's alive, and it actually explains in pretty detailed fashion like what death means and what alive means, and what leads to death and things like that. And it explained a lot to her, like really well. She asked some questions, but like a lot of questions were answered in the book. So honestly, it can soften the blow because she's not like freaking out. So yeah, I would recommend that book to anybody that has kids, because eventually somebody's gonna fucking die that
Yeah.
And if you don't know what to say, if you find it hard to bring up the subject at all with your kids, just buy this book, read it first, and then see if it's appropriate for your kids, and then read it to them. So, I mean,
So yeah, the book. I'm sorry, I was gonna say the book is called A Kid's Book About Death by Taran. I can't pronounce his name. It's Taran Shiyupi. I'll push the fuck out of that. Never mind.
Well, just look up the name of the book. You can find it. So
yeah, it'll come up.
Yeah. So yeah, and also that writer has a whole book series about a kid's book about racism, a kid's book about a bunch of other subjects that are difficult to explain to kids. And they do. I think I'm pretty sure it's a woman. Pretty sure. But they do a really good job explaining it. Anyway, the rest of the shit that's been going on. The reason why we've missed the podcast for 2 weeks, is because the last time I was on the podcast, I'm pretty sure I explained that Kay had to have open heart surgery, and it was supposed to only be like a 6-hour surgery, and she was supposed to be in the hospital for 6, maybe 8 days. Her 6 to 8 hour surgery turned into 16 hours surgery. That was 13 hours the first day, and they had to pause and then start again the next day for another 3-hour surgery. I'm not going to get into the super details, even though I know all of them, but it's like it's personal. It's fucking gory. So, but needless to say, it was a really hard time in my life over the past 2 weeks. It got to the point to where I didn't know if my partner was going to make it on that first night. And then when I got to see her in the morning, it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to be a part of, seeing her like that. I hope that nobody has to go through what I've been through ever in their entire life, because it was the most horrific thing I've been through, and I've been through a lot in my life. But she is on the mend. On the mend now. She was in the ICU for about a week, and then in the hospital, like a normal room, for about 6 days. So altogether, I think she was in the hospital for 12 days altogether. So she's home now. They're still, her recovery is going to be a little bit longer because she was intubated for an extended period of time, and she was sedated for 5 days straight. And when you do that to when you do that to somebody and they're intubated, there's going to be, repercussions for that, and we're dealing with that now. But she's getting stronger every day. She's walking now. She can feed herself. She can do a lot of things now that she couldn't do when she first woke up. When she first woke up, she couldn't even touch her face. She was that weak. It was fucking crazy. But now, she's getting through things. Like, she needs help with some things still. I'm not comfortable with, like, really leaving her alone. So I've been taking, time off. I need to take next week off too because of the extended period of time that she was in the hospital, because she still needs me for some things. I want to make sure that she's okay. But yeah, it's also kind of crazy because the type of surgery that she had to have some valves replaced in her heart, and she has a totally different heartbeat now. Because one of the things that was really cool when we first got together is that she has like a really unique heartbeat, and that was something that I thought was always like really cool when we first met, because I would listen to her heartbeat all the time because it doesn't sound like a quote unquote normal heartbeat. And now her heartbeat is fucking crazy. It sounds like it sounds way stronger, and there's a tick to it, like almost like a goddamn like a wristwatch.
Bomb? Oh, which one? The mom?
Yes,
Fucking
like a
bomb?
bomb.
Oh my god!
And now that I'm like using,
Wait, it's not a Rolex heart.
no,
Oh no,
it's not a
it
Rolex
doesn't
heart.
tick or talk. That's what.
Yeah,
I was, my
Rolex
bad.
hearts don't. Rolexes do not tick. But yeah, like I didn't notice it. Like I would hear it because I could hear it from her body. Like if I put my head like on her chest or on her back, I could hear like the tick. But now I can hear it from like further away, and it's like it's kind of wild. And so can our daughter. Our daughter thought it was like she thought it was crickets because it sounds like it's kind of like a chirp, and it's just wild to hear the tick. She can obviously hear it too. Like the first couple of days after she like became fully conscious, which that took a while. She was like, it's super loud, like in her body. She thought it was super loud.
It's probably like echoes inside of her body.
Yeah, but now she's getting used to it, and I'm getting used to it. I think it's cool because it's keeping her alive. So that's fucking dope, right?
So
Is it a robot heart?
Yeah,
Is your
about
wife-
she's bionic now. The
Yeah.
$6 million
She's-
Yeah, well, she has mechanical valves. So her aorta, the whole thing was replaced with a mechanical valve, with the mechanical like piece. And so that's what the tick is. It's like the mechanical piece that's opening and closing. It's that tick noise. And she had other
That's
things
creepy.
replaced in her heart too. So
The
yeah,
future. All we need is food replicas and stuff now.
yeah. So hopefully, soon after she recovers, she'll be able to become active again. Because she used to be like pretty active with us. Back when we had the Ben Had group, we used to do the rock climbing all the time, and she would do like races and stuff. But that sort of slowed down after a while, and obviously is because her heart was not doing great. So hopefully we can get back to, or she can get back to being more active again. So
Yeah, I know. Remember, she was like doing like what's that, cross training and all this stuff.
yeah, she used to do
back in the day.
CrossFit. She used to do like 5Ks, and we did some obstacle course races a couple times. So
Hop stack holes, yeah, soccer, and all that
obstacles,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
She
She
was
was
on
on
the
the
soccer team. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
man. Shout out to Kay. I know that was an ordeal. Kronos' daughter was over here for a little while. That
I was
first
going to shout
weekend,
you guys out. Yeah.
yeah, it was really nice. Obviously, her daughter and his daughter and my daughter are in the same school, so it's just nice to have them spending some time. And then obviously, when your mom's in ICU, kids, and not everybody knows this, kids can't like just roll up in ICU all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, there's
you
a lot of
literally can't.
restrictions.
She literally was not allowed in the hospital. Any kids under 12 were not allowed in the hospital. Which I was like,
There you go.
that
Whoa,
made it
whoa.
actually easier for me to explain to her, like why she can't see mommy. Because
Yep.
yeah,
Bro, they literally could not let her inside
no,
inside.
No, like,
no, it's a liability. And like once you saw like.
get a germ
Let
magnet.
me just. I'll explain like just a little bit. Like when it comes to like liabilities, especially like where Kay was, like when she was first, when she wasn't fully awake yet, she had like, what is it? She had at least 12 different things, 12 different IVs hooked up to her.
God damn.
So 12 different IV bags going into her body, plus being intubated, which is like something going down your throat, and like you don't want to see somebody like that, and plus a bunch of other things, various other things that were, going on with her. Like that would just been fucking nightmare fuel. It'd have been like instantly traumatizing to see your mom or your dad or anybody like that. Like it's so, and if she, if a kid went in there and like tripped over something, and it's like, that'd be pretty fucking.
Even pull something out.
Yeah, like it messed somebody up.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why.
Yeah, but I'm just glad she's home. I'm doing her recovery. I'm glad that all three of you guys are together again. Obviously,
Yeah, that's crazy.
we love this fucking podcast. We love talking shit and being on here, but obviously there was way more important things going on in Kronos' life.
Yeah.
And so the fans understand. We back with y'all, but we wouldn't miss weeks without it being some serious shit. And as Kronos alluded to, that's exactly what was going on.
And one of the top thing about Kay is that like she isn't just like Kronos' girlfriend. Like they haven't been together just for I think like 15,000 years now. But like we also went to high school with her, so it's like a lifetime friend. So like this has a higher impact to the rest of the cast, at least for me, because I knew Kay like I want to say Kay Mac, but Kay from high school. So it's like I knew like she had like heart issues before and like this and that, but like this is once you're older in age, like things get a little bit more complicated, so it gets a little bit more scary when things happen. But I'm really glad that she's doing better. It's sad what happened to Scrappy. I mean, could you imagine like you having heart surgery and then come out of it and all of a sudden you have to put your dog down? Like that's got to be emotional, tragic for anybody.
Yeah,
like
that was hard because we couldn't even go to like put him. Kay's mom had to do it because Kay is sick right now. And it's like one of the worst times to be sick, and like she couldn't really go out somewhere other than the hospital. So I mean, like actually sick, other than like her, obvious, post-surgical issues. So now, I have to mask up again, like everywhere I go. And now just like I'm just waiting for the motherfucker to say something like, "Why are you wearing a mask?" So I can just fucking be like, "Hey, you stupid fuck!" People like even before like COVID. People would still mask up every now and again. It's for reasons just like this, like when somebody has open heart surgery, or any major surgery, you should be masking up to protect them, especially Kay because like her lungs are still literally recovering from this. Because I didn't know this, but apparently when you have open heart surgery, your lungs get damaged. It's super common. So, and yeah, her lungs are damaged now. She doesn't have her lung capacity back. And right now she's literally sick from something, and it's hard for her to breathe. And so I don't want to bring home something else that's going to get her even sicker. So, yeah.
I remember.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say when I was in the hospital, like about 2 years ago, whatever, and they had to stick that not a catheter that goes in your fucking pee hole, but no, they had to stick the tube down my throat into my stomach. That shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a feeding tube, but they used it to, I think, the pump. I don't know what it was for, actually, because it actually was a feeding tube because I couldn't eat because I had a blockage in my my upper intestines. But, like, that shit sucked. Like, especially when they took it out. Yeah, shit. But after that, like just the burning sensation in my throat just lasted for a while. So, like, I mean, my thing was minor, but like to be able to have like fucking breathing tubes to help you breathe like that, it's got to be on a whole different fucking level.
Yeah, I was there when they extubated her. That was fucking wild. I was there when they bronchioscoped her. That was the craziest shit one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And yeah, she had to have a feeding tube put in after she was extubated. So that's fucking terrible, Anyway, I just want to make sure I give a special shout out to Prodigy and Mishka. I know Prodigy went over a little bit, but the things that his family did for me and our daughter was really special because I don't know if I could have I don't know how well I could have functioned with our daughter, especially the first night when I didn't know what was going on with Kay, because I literally was going through like how to survive without her, and trying to go to sleep like that and not knowing like her condition, and I don't know if I could have functioned around our daughter. And the fact that they took her in for a couple days, that meant a lot because it was literally it was last minute, and they opened up their home to her and took good care of her for a couple days, and that meant a lot. So thanks, man.
No worries, man. It was a pleasure. Glad we family. We're gonna help each other. God damn, we got to get to some happier shit. That I mean, it's happy that she's released. It's happy that she's back, but shit. I mean, this was tough. It was tough to deal with. It was tough for you. It was tough for your daughter. Obviously for Kay, but we back up in here. God damn it.
We are.
back,
I'm happy
folks.
to, and we're coming to Comic Con. God damn it. Me and Prodigy are gonna be there. San Diego Comic Con in June.
Comic-Con.
What's up?
Nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, did my camera freeze? Oh, God.
it did freeze.
It did, man.
I don't know. Maybe you're a really good ventriloquist, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm practicing my what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh no, he does invisibility. Never mind.
Yeah, you think I Drax? But
Drax.
yeah.
Yeah, Drax, where he stands still so nobody can see him.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Wait,
I
one
thought
quick
that was
thing.
John Cena. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh no, it is John Cena. You can't see. But one quick thing. So I looked up that book, a kid's book about death, and like there's a quick little inserts from the page, and it's actually really good. Like I actually kind of buy it for myself. Like some of the details in there are pretty cool. But yeah, let's get to some happy stuff.
God damn. All right.
Let's fix my camera.
Where
Please
y'all want to go
yourself.
first, man? There's been so much shit that happened. It's been a fucking tsunami of shit. Where you want to go first? Chronos, Old Ninja, who's starting it off?
What's probably the funniest thing that's happened?
Who knows? A lot of shit. I mean, some people think Trump getting convicted.
That is quite hilarious, especially because he might get hit for the same exact.
Oh
lawsuit
yeah,
again
again.
because he's fucking stupid.
Mm-mm.
So let's get into that.
that's-
Go ahead. Somebody else talk.
I don't know all the details about it, but
I mean, it was a civil suit. You can look up the name of the woman because it's very important that we get her name right with the spelling and all of that, or the her name, just her name in general. But
keep going. I got you.
yeah, so he lost.
Eugene Carroll?
Gene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll. Yeah, what's
Gene Carroll?
Elaine?
He not criminally but civilly. In a civil case, he has to pay up to $5 million to her for being liable on some slanderous shit that he said about her, lying basically, and then on God damn it, it's been a little while. I think it was sexual abuse or harassment.
It was
I think it's
abuse.
harassment.
Yeah,
Oh, was it
sexual
abuse?
abuse. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they couldn't. I mean, to me, it's there's two differences in the New York state laws between like rape and sexual abuse. But to me, it's like they're basically the same. Any layman would read this and be like, it's the same fucking thing. So I'll pull up the actual code so like you can read the definitions. But yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I mean, I'll say this: you putting your hands on another human without their consent, and trying to do anything sexual. I mean, that's certainly sexual assault, and you trying to have sex with against someone's will, which again, it all leads to that. All fucking nasty ass shit. It's all fucking terrible. And look, he lied about this shit for years and years and years. His defenders are still going to be his fucking defenders, and they're disgusting as well. But he would not have to pay $5 million.
All right, so I just jumped back to the podcast.
Go ahead.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I have two guesses. Are we talking about either Donald Trump or God, who else was that?
It's definitely Trump.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering who's your.
I was gonna say that one guy who in trouble, the black guy from Lovecraft. No, the guy from Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
For the people in the back.
Yeah, very. I mean, so far that's not the case with Majors. I don't want to like quite go there yet. You know, we'll see, but definitely.
So wait,
Trump got.
The whole thing with was it Stormy Daniels? Is that her name? The one that
this is
this is
a different case.
This is a different woman he sexually.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and actually, it gets. I have actually additional details. So, the only reason why E. Jean Carroll could even sue him at this point is because in New York they basically have like this weird. They had a weird like provision, really. So, like, basically made it so you have 1 year exactly to remove the statute of limitation if you were sexually assaulted by somebody. And that's the only reason why she could sue him at this point, because she's well past that. Because this happened in like the I think it was like the 80s.
Yeah.
And so, and she talks in detail like on what he did back then. Basically, he literally grabbed her. They were like semi flirting, and then he took her. They went into a a changing room with some lingerie, and she was like trying to get him to like try on this lingerie because he was like hitting on her hard, like really unsuccessfully. She thought it was funny. And then once they closed the door, he just rammed her up against the door, pulled down her pants. And I think on YouTube I explain the rest. It would probably get, censored or, it would be demonetized. But basically he does the thing, the R word. And she tells like two of her friends, and one of them says, don't do anything because, he's really, really litigious and you're not going to win. And another friend said, you need to come forward. And she listened to the friend that said, don't come forward because he's going to basically fucking sue you to death. And so that's why she didn't do it. And it's funny, it's kind of messed up. So one of the ways that people get around women, or actually anybody that's been, raped, can get around like the statute of limitation is getting them for defamation. It's basically when somebody says that they didn't do it, when they know that they did, they'll sue them for that, for defamation. So you'll see this technique used multiple times in these sorts of cases, and it's pretty messed up that it has to go that far. But I can literally the E. Jean Carroll case is literally the blueprint on why women do not come forward when they get raped. Because I was wondering why don't they just fucking come forward like right away? Look at the mountain of shit that she's gone through because of this. Like seriously, and it's really disgusting like what she went through after going through all this shit. And so I'm not on the side of like hashtag believe all women, but they don't all fucking lie. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, so a quick correction. This happened in spring of 1996.
Oh, okay. No, not the 80s. Okay, thank you.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm right there with you, Kronos, on this one. It's disturbing, and she went through a whole lot of shit. You can see that Stormy Daniels is still going through a whole lot of shit.
Yeah.
These things you shouldn't have to deal with rape and sexual assault, and or sexual assault, and then an avalanche of public threats and pressure to recant something that truthfully happened. You know what I mean? Like it's just fucking disturbing all the way around. And then again, I have to reiterate this. This is a former president. Like full fucking stop. This kind of shit, it would be great to have the media and court cases and all this other stuff about someone's character be evaluated before they're even nominated. If you got this kind of egregious shit in your fucking record. You know,
And just to kind of reiterate on like how dangerous this case was, they literally kept the jury secret because they knew that if they didn't, that there would be repercussions for the jury.
I mean, look what happened at the Capitol.
hold on. Look, he's alluding to it. Repercussions mean you're going to get murked. Let's be fucking clear. Like, they were going to get completely assassinated, killed violently. Probably them and their families.
Yeah, because these supporters are like insane. I mean, we saw it happen at the Capitol on January 6th.
Yeah, and for this woman to come forward, like this, honestly, it's commendable, but I feel fucking terrible, for what happened to her. And the fact that she couldn't come forward, and this is literally the reason why, and people will still say, oh, it didn't happen, and they'll believe, oh, she wasn't, even though this fucking dude in his deposition literally said that, oh, yeah, sometimes you can do that, just grab him by, the genitals. I'm just like, I'm like, are you that fucking dumb? You're talking to a lawyer in a case where you literally did that, and that's why she's suing you, and you talk about how it's okay to do that still. And
He's still talking shit.
Yeah.
He has not stopped talking shit about her. Like,
so here, I want to clarify one thing. So I guess apparently the jury found him guilty of sexual abuse, but not guilty. Apparently the jury did not find that Carol, the defendant, proved that he raped her, but he is guilty of abuse and sexual abuse and battery. So.
There's a thin line in the definition, but it's actually super long. I was going to read it to you guys, but it's long.
No, it's super. It's in the term. So in California, it's kind of long because there's all kinds of things. I brought this case up like years ago. I'm pretty sure Warrior Fella remembers this, but this took place in Stockton, where like a preacher's daughter, they kidnapped the young girl and they raped her with foreign objects. So the objects that they used to like abuse her with,
right?
Where they defined that as rape, and they defined it as digital insertion of rape. So there's very clear like lines versus like if you use a foreign object, whether you use a digital insertion, which is your fingers or digits, what they call digital insertion, and there's other like weird stuff that's on there. And it's like line after line. I'm pretty sure it's like 10 pages long.
Oh yeah, and these vary from state to state. My favorite thing though about us is we said we were going to get into happier topics, and here we are.
Talking here we are talking about. What the fuck? I mean, that's what we do though.
Oh, all right.
Oh, you know what? If you want to talk about happier stuff, I'm gonna have to engage Cronus again. But it is very happy. The Super Mario Brothers movie. We both saw it apparently.
Yeah.
We should talk about this because it is currently streaming as of yesterday on various platforms.
How the fuck is it streaming already? I thought
streaming.
They already made all the money, bro. They made all the money.
It's streaming as well as on in.
They want people that's still afraid of COVID that isn't going to the theater. They're like, you know what, we can sprinkle some more little cash on this. Just go ahead and stream it online.
In addition to the Super Mario Brothers movie streaming, Evil Dead Rise is streaming, which I'm hoping we can talk about later.
Really?
Yeah, it's already streaming. I believe. I could have sworn I saw it on Paramount Plus. I'm pretty sure that may not be the case. It might, because Paramount Plus and Prime have similar colors, and I already saw it like briefly, so it could be on Prime. I'm pretty sure it's on Prime Video. Where you can
y'all deal with the mushroom movie first.
We'll
then I got words on Evil Dead Rise.
I do too.
One other thing, Ant-Man and the Wasp is streaming on Disney Plus starting today. So if you have Disney Plus, you can watch that.
But that's
that's been a long time ago, but still, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I get it. Anyway, Super Mario Brothers movie. I saw it. I saw it with a bunch of kids. I took my little cousins with me. With my cousin, so we took his kids. They brought their friends. So we all saw it, and it was definitely an experience. It was funny to me because I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was just going to focus on just like Mario Brothers and like them trying to save the princess, basically like the story of the game. But it was a little different to that. It was weird because I felt like all things Mario related, like Mario Kart, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers World, like all those were merged into one big fucking film, so you can experience like the Mario universe. And it's funny because I know a lot of people were complaining about the voice, how it's racist, and how it's like not like they should have used it anyway. It's funny because all of that's in the film. They actually used the original Mario Brothers voice actor in the film, and they show what he looks like in the original Mario Brothers, but just in 3D. So it was very weird and a very good nod because he's in the film. Even though a lot of people are like, why did they pick him? Well, they did, and they made the character look like Mario, but he's not the main guy. It's a, I say I don't want to say it's a kid movie. I want to say it's kind of a family movie. There's a little bit of innuendo, but I mean, it's got
I
like
mean,
races.
family movie is kids movie.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
that's what a family has kids.
yeah, but I mean, there's so the reason why I don't say it's exactly a kids movie because something usually quote unquote family movies tend to have innuendo for the adults that the kids don't understand, versus like kids movies are strictly like Baby Shark. That's completely for children. If they made a movie about that, I don't think parents would be able to sit there and stomach that. So that's why I try to make that distinction. But it's very funny
What are you
that
talking about? Baby
Bowser.
Shark is about distribution of wealth between the family. What do you? I mean, that's you didn't get the undertones there.
No, I
Super
did. I don't.
communist,
I don't.
man.
I don't have children, so I don't watch it. I just know the song got remixed and it ended up in the club somewhere. So. But I enjoyed the film. I thought it was pretty funny. Like there was some like Mario had some challenges. Like he just didn't show up and he was like the hero all of a sudden. He had to learn how to do shit within the realm of that universe. And then they did some shout outs to kind of like Luigi's Mansion with Luigi. Like he's like in his own little story thing. Um, Bowser, Jack Black did an amazing job as
Yeah.
Bowser. He was amazing as Bowser. He totally fit. What is her name? Is it Anya or Anna? Anya Taylor. What's the new? She's like the new it girl. She's pretty good as Peach. Like she was still strong. She wanted to fight and be motivated, but she still like didn't necessarily need to be rescued. And they do, so they do a little bit of fan service in the movie, which I thought was fucking hilarious because you see
Like
Princess
anime
Peach.
fan service.
Yes, where
All
Princess
right.
Peach is on a motorcycle and you can completely see like her panties when she's like driving. It's like a quick shot, but I'm like, okay, I see what y'all did there.
Oh, Ninja was looking hard. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
Was Darcy sucking his eating popcorn?
yeah, no, I had nachos in my theater. Anyway, Cronus, what did you think of this film?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The nostalgia factor and the Easter eggs were just it was amazing. There were so many goddamn Easter eggs in that movie. I need to watch it again just to like see how many there are. In the very beginning of the movie, like when you're looking at the walls and they have like arcade machines and all this shit, like it's all Easter eggs all over the place. So they had my attention right away. Yeah, I have to once again agree with you with Jack Black's performance was excellent. That Peaches song fucking slaps. My
I've been trying to avoid it.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
my daughter knows the song by heart at this point.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how the fuck do you know this shit by heart? You saw the movie fucking once. But yeah, she knows the whole. She knows the song. Apparently, she listens to it on Spotify all the time too.
Okay.
So, but yeah, she loves that song. I love like. I just love everything about it. Like the fact they put in shit from like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong was in there.
Oh yeah.
And-
So it took me a minute to realize that whole scene was literally Donkey Kong but in 3D.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's like it's a lot, and like at the end when they're getting the stars and all that shit, and like what the star did, it was just like it was so fucking cool. Like if you're a Mario Brothers fan, which like most people our age probably are, definitely watch the movie. Yeah, Chris Pratt has some issues, but honestly, he did a pretty good job.
Mhm.
So
Did he
Go
do the Italian accent, or did he just stick to
He does.
Chris Pratt?
he does a little bit. He does more than
Mhm.
what the trailer kind of alluded to. He does a little bit, but they talk about like how you can't like really. Italian it up like that much, and which I agree with, because in this day and age, like, you can't make shit like that because it's kind of messed up.
racist.
Look, meatballs are so spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So they do that, but it's like in a weird, an acceptable, and very short way, because they do it as tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a fan, it was Donkey Kong Country, because they didn't leave that shit out.
Yeah.
Like the Donkey Kong Country games, they had like a whole section of the film that's kind of dedicated to shit. So
There was
I
no
was surprised by that.
Hospitaliano.
Yeah, I wasn't
Did
ready
they-
for that. I was like, holy shit.
I guess
Go ahead.
was there like a scene that brought up the original Mario Brother game? Not like the one that was on Nintendo, but like that old school like the one with the with the power bomb.
I know
Remember
what
the
you're
one
talking
that
about.
had like the little power block? So you
Mhm.
hit it, and the turtles and stuff flip upside down. Was that in the movie?
I gotta go back and see. I watched it
kinda?
weeks ago. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so kind of. Like I said, literally the original character of Mario, the 2D version, they 3D'd him up. He's in the crowd, and he's in the beginning of the film. There's a crowd at the end. He's in the end and the beginning of the film. And it's the original voice actor too. But he's not a huge figure. He's just kind of there. So it's like a huge Easter egg. I was like, oh, so they did use that. So they didn't leave them out. It was like, when they reboot movies, and like when they did the Incredible Hulk and they brought in Lou Ferrigno as like a security guard. It's like that.
Oh yeah.
Like one of those kind of things. So it's definitely a fun movie for the whole family to enjoy. There's a lot of innuendo. There's fan service. It was still. I see why the movie made so much money. This movie made retarded money.
Yeah, no,
So
hopefully.
So I know that
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that one of the actors from the original Mario movie, John Leguizamo was bashed in this movie. Like, do you remember what he was saying? And like, do you think like he had
he said
legitimate
that.
claims? Or we just hating?
I mean, he said that he wanted it to be like a more diverse cast, but it's like it's about fucking two Italian plumbers. John Leguizamo, you're not Italian. Like, like if you want to go there, like I guess let's go there. But I mean, it's so silly.
Mamma
Like,
mia.
well, yes, and also the movie that he was in was pretty fucking shitty.
No,
Like,
not
I'm
pretty.
not-
it was very shitty.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm not
That's a-
pulling my punches about this shit.
Best video game movie ever.
It was shitty. Like, go back and watch. Look at the Goombas. Like,
Yeah.
those are not fucking Goombas, obviously.
Look at King Koopa. Look at Yoshi.
Yeah, it's trash. So if you want to sit there and talk about your trash ass movie, whatever, man. But don't sit there and try to shit on this movie because it wasn't diverse enough. When the diverse movie that you were in, I think he might have been the only person of color in that fucking movie.
Yeah,
Like, seriously.
and it was nightmare fuel
Yeah.
for young
Oh,
kids.
it definitely was.
Like that movie had some characters that looked so off-putting unintentionally that some kids really had fucking nightmares and shit.
Yeah. Having
But
the
that shit was
human guys and tiny heads that were like fucking reptiles. It was fucking
Oh
weird.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
but the thing
You could
shit.
tell there were some guys in a giant suit with fucking like a thing over them.
Yeah.
yeah.
that
But
shit was shit.
what fucked me up was King Koopa himself. You had the motherfucking legend himself, Dennis Hopper, as King Koopa in a suit with
Did he have
fucking little
cornrows?
bumps.
He did.
No,
have
he had
cornrows.
little bumps on his head. He had like fucking
I
weird
thought he had
dinosaur.
cornrows.
Yeah,
I thought he had
I think
cornrows.
pretty
he
sure
had
he did.
both. I think he had both.
Yeah. And what's
Yeah,
weird though is that like that. So if you go back and watch that movie, it is really reminiscent of like this era of movies like Johnny Mnemonic and Tank Girl. It's like
Oh, yeah.
literally the same style of movie.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work that well for me anyway. Maybe it worked for other people. Maybe John Leguizamo had some. I don't know. Maybe that launched his career. I don't think it did. But yeah, it just came off as like super fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's
At the
weird.
time, and I was literally at the time I was a demographic. I was a fucking
Yeah.
Super Mario fan, and I was a kid, and I walked out of there and I was
Wait.
like, huh. Okay, so now I want to watch Ninja Turtles again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Aaron Charles out there too. But what's crazy about the old school like Mario movie is that like it was nothing like the fucking game. Like the only thing that was true was fucking like even like the whole mushrooms, like eating a mushroom getting like power ups, like none of that shit was in there. But that's kind of how it was for like movie adaptations back then. Like they just took the characters and just made up a fucking story that didn't even relate to the fucking game whatsoever.
Not even just movies, but also like comics. Like there was like a super like phone home bullshit fucking. They didn't really talk to the writers or pay attention to like the source material. That was like the whole jam back then, and it was shit. And I think we can be honest and say that it was shit. Go back if you want to go back and watch the other Mario movie, and then write an angry email where you're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
So
a few notable exceptions. I mean, I will defend the first Crow movie.
Oh yeah,
that was solid.
Oh yeah,
Superman
movies were good, and
I'll
Batman.
even defend. Yeah, I'll even defend. Obviously, Batman '89. I'll even defend to a certain extent because at the time, as a kid, I did fucking love it. That first Ninja Turtle movie, I loved.
Oh yeah,
dude,
well, that's what I said.
Go back and watch it now. It pretty much holds up. Like 80% of it holds up.
But when it comes to the source material for Ninja Turtles,
no.
Was it back then? Like the only source material I had for Ninja Turtles was the fucking cartoon and like the video game.
No. The comic book.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. For me, all my source material was basically the TV show.
Well, it's because literally
the comic books are fucking dark as hell.
Yeah, that's why. Because the comic books are dark and they weren't really made for kids. So,
nope.
Oh yeah, dude, I didn't know how dark the Ninja Turtles was until like in one of the recent animated series where they travel to another dimension where the Ninja Turtles are like black and white, and like the Ninja Turtles are like cursing and they're beeping it out. I'm like, wait, this is like a Fox cartoon version. Like, why are they cursing it out? And that's when I went back and saw like, oh yeah, Ninja Turtles was fucking violent. Like they were like murdering motherfuckers and cursing like here.
Remember in the cartoon, Leonardo never got to stab anybody with those fucking swords.
Yeah, right. Like,
and neither did Raphael. Like they were just there for decoration. Okay,
hold on. There was no Princess
that's funny.
In the original Super Mario Brothers movie. There was a Daisy played by Samantha Mathis. There was no Princess Peach.
Yeah. I get
she was Princess Daisy.
There you go.
Yeah, but she got added to the games later. But she wasn't like there was no Princess Peach. Like when you see the movie at the time, you're like, "Where's Peach?" Like,
what color were her
panties?
What color?
What a video game! I mean, in the Mario video game, we never knew the princess. We didn't know the princess name. Like it was just your princess in another castle. Like we never knew her name, or did we?
We knew she was
we knew her name. We knew she was Peach, Princess Peach.
From the first game?
The first game.
Oh, the very first 2D.
Yeah, I think Blue might be right on the first game.
Where it was like literally like there was no in the first one. There was literally no Peach, right? Because they were just like in a sewer somewhere.
But I thought they said you're right. You're right. Yeah.
There was no princess in the first one.
Until the end, right? Until the end.
Well, yeah, when you say
the first Mario Brothers, the one where it's like literally one screen and they were in the fucking sewers.
Super Mario.
Super Mario Brothers. Yeah. And I think in 2, that's when we got Princess Peach because but that was like the Japanese like weird version of Super Mario Brothers. But 3 was when we actually got back to being Super Mario. I don't know.
Dude,
it's all complicated when it comes to Super Mario Brothers World universe.
That fucking raccoon suit was the shit. Fucking loved it.
It was the shit.
Turned into fucking stone.
I remember the first time I played Super Mario Brothers, the one on the Super Nintendo. I played first time I played it was at the fucking San Jose flea market.
Yeah,
and I was like, "This is amazing" because they had Super Nintendo. I was not expecting to see a Super Nintendo at a fucking flea market.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, the flea market used to be the spot.
Oh yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 3 still goes hard. That's one of my favorite.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about this earlier. Remember how so Super Brothers came out in like 1985 and like 85, 86, something like that. But like everybody had it at home, but then it was released like there was an arcade version of it. Mm-hmm. But arcade version did not play like the fucking version that you had at home. Like that shit was just a slight little bit harder. Even though you thought you knew the map, that shit was not the same as the map that you would play. And like I remember just playing like, oh, I got this. I'm about to reach King Koopa on a fucking quarter. I could barely make it to like level 2.
Damn.
A world 2 actually. Yeah. The game was fucking hard in the arcade.
All right. I gotta give some shout outs, goddammit. Elisa fucking Sutherland and Lily Sullivan. These 2 women motherfucking brought it. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Evil Dead Rise, the 5th installment of the Evil Dead fucking franchise from a movie standpoint. obviously we all like the fucking Evil Dead TV series and the back in the day with Ash and all of that, the fucking movies. This shit has a loose connection to the old school stories. I mean, obviously there's going to be a Necronomicon, but there is no real direct mention of Ash. There's alluding to, some of the things that some of his favorite fucking toys for killing the Deadites.
So hold on. Okay, I'll let you finish. But
let you
apparently,
finish,
yeah, there's had
the greatest album of all. Oh, sorry.
There's an Easter egg for Ash in
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
I don't dispute that. I'm just saying this one is not an Ash story at all.
No, it's no, 100%.
Yeah. And so but I like the fresh take. The 2013 version was all about and again, the same fucking cabin and shit. Different cast and had a different view. This one is all about a family with really a single mom and her sister in this LA high-rise apartment building, And you've seen this too, Old Ninja, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So I ended up taking my son, who's almost 13, and then his Kronos' nephew, one of his nephews. One of them was not down to come through at all.
They're very different.
One was like
twins, right?
Yeah, they're twins, but one of them was like, hell the fuck yeah, let's fucking go. Evil Dead, let's do this. And the other was like, I'm not watching that shit for anything. You can't drag me there. But overall, I mean, I feel like this, once like it gets going, once that Necronomicon tastes a little blood, it's fucking pedal to the goddamn metal the entire time with more blood, more gore, more fucking true horror shit with not only jump scares, but just graphic shit than I'd ever seen. They put more money into this one than they did any Evil Dead movie. And when I say that, just for reference, it's like maybe $15 to $19 million. So micro fucking budgets when it comes to horror movies. That's why, like, when they gross 100 or 120 million, and people are like, "Oh, only 120 million." Well, it's like, no, you put in 15 million for the production.
They made like 1,000% of their budget back. So
yeah, so I love this a lot. It's not as humorous as like Army of Darkness, let's just say.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah, but it's true hardcore horror and blood is fucking raining down. But shout out to the main I guess villain, really, Deadite, and the antagonist. Both of these women fucking rocked. I will follow them from the standpoint of what they do next because I was so impressed by each of their fucking acting. What do you think, Old Ninja?
So, I guess the long-standing rule, I guess, or unspoken rule in horror movies is that you don't fuck with the kids. Like, usually the kids are you're supposed to scare the audience by thinking the kids are going to get hurt. Unless you're a trauma films, they don't give a fuck.
And when you say kids, obviously we're excluding teenagers. So young kids is what you mean.
Yeah, young kids, like kids that are under 10 and under.
Yep.
So, in this one,
no spoilers, man.
In this one, they're like everyone is fair fucking game.
Yep.
Like there's no oh no, they're not going to do nothing. That's a little kid. No. Everyone is up for grabs. Anybody at any point can get fucked up in like the most like folded. We're talking folded like 6-7 times type shit. Like, oh my god, like shit was crazy. And then you see some just crazy gruesome shit, and it was just like, what the fuck? And the thing about it is that they're in this old like creepy ass apartment, and it all takes place literally within one night, and like people get fucking murked in a crazy way, and like in true classic Deadite fashion, they fuck with your mind. They take like your insecurities and try to turn it against you, and they do an excellent job of doing that shit, like putting the fear in these people's lives and then turning them against them, and just like just utterly ripping them apart. It's very fucked up. A lot of blood, a lot of cringy moments. You're like, oh my god, that's gotta hurt, like type shit. And it even the like when you watch the beginning, you're like, what the fuck? And then like when you see the end, you're like, oh, I get it now.
It's
like
it's a complete story. I mean,
it is
it's a,
complete. It's just weird because you're wondering how the beginning ties to the rest. And then when you see it, you're like, oh shit. Then it kind of opens up this whole new kind of worldview for you about how fucked up this thing is. So
yeah.
My question is there tentacles in this? Because the I think it was the first or the second one had tentacles.
the
Or
remake,
homegirl on the
20
tree roots.
2013, she gets tentacle rape. This one has something similar, but there's no.
Nah,
There's
the
no
Ash
rape.
one did. I think it was like the second Ash, Evil Dead. There was tentacles.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right. There's been a few.
I didn't like the 2013 version. 2013 version wasn't very well. It was they were trying to create something that was perfect before, and they tried to recreate it, and they didn't do a good job of it. Like they missed the recipe, and I think that the main recipe was Ash.
I didn't mind the first one. I wasn't sure because there's rumors that the main girl in the 2013 one was Ash's like niece or some shit. But I was like, either way, I was cool with it. But it would definitely didn't feel like Evil Dead, but it was still enjoyable. This one feels like Evil Dead. This one felt like people fucked up, and like it wasn't some bullshit where like someone's like, oh, here's a fucking drawer, and I'm gonna open the drawer and there's this creepy looking book. Oh, let's see what's in the book. No, there's like a way more fleshed out scene about how the Necronomicon comes into hand. And what I didn't know is that the Necronomicon is from Lovecraftian lore.
Oh yeah,
I had no idea. I thought it was from the movie. It's like
That's
way
from-
older than that.
Where's it from?
It's from H.P. Lovecraft stories. It's part of the I believe the Cthulhu mythos. I think it ties into that. But he's the one that first coined the phrase. He's the one that kind of fleshed it out a little bit. He didn't do a fully detailed job because he wanted to keep it like a what do they call it? Like a MacGuffin kind of. But he did a little flesh out for it.
Was it mentioned in an HBO series? I feel like
No.
it was. No.
I haven't seen the HBO series. Oh, in the series, I don't know. But the original like real world lore is from H.P. Lovecraft. The Necronomicon is first used by he's like the one that came up with the name, the one that came up with it being a book instead of tablets or anything like that. He's the one, and then he even talks about he made up the name of the person that wrote the book and all that kind of shit. So
and
shout out to him
I gotta
for
say
that reason. But fuck his guy.
Yeah, I gotta say though,
Hey, guy.
this one just. I mean, I know it's not for everybody, but this shit just went fucking hard. It didn't fucking stop, and I was impressed that they got away with as much as they did. Somewhere at the cutting room floor, there's even like probably an NC-17 version. With
yeah,
more.
you already know. You already know. Dude, what they got away with in this was like pretty remarkable. I was like, holy shit!
I give it. I mean, I was impressed. I give it like a solid like 8.6 or something. It was fun as fuck for the horror genre. This was my shit.
That's pretty high for a horror movie.
For a horror movie, this is I would say a solid 8 because this had my attention. Like my cousin still talks about this film because we saw it. He was severely creeped out because when you're watching the film, it's not like, oh, I bet this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Like it wasn't that easy to predict what the fuck was going to happen because so many people were fair game. You're like everyone could get murked in this movie. You don't know who's going to survive.
Yeah.
So it was very unpredictable, which I like.
All right.
Okay, can we move on a little bit?
Where are we going?
I got something I want to talk about with Prodigy especially. God damn it, fucking Andor! I'm just saying.
Oh,
holy shit,
dude!
This is yeah.
Okay.
I had to sleep on it because I had a lot of shit going on, and I think when I first watched it, Kay wasn't really digging it. I was like, all right, I'll just wait to watch it on my own. And then when Kay was in recovery, we decided to start watching it on my Steam Deck, by the way. And we were like fucking all in. We were like, how many chips we got? I just want to get fucking more. It was fucking great. This is literally game changing for if you're a Star Wars fan. Even if you're not this is actually the best fucking show to watch if you were never into Star Wars at all. If you're not into fucking laser sword samurai / ninja / fucking telekinesis motherfuckers.
Space magic.
Just watch this fucking show. It's so goddamn good. I can't think of a single person that would not like this. It's just, it's so well written. It keeps getting fucking better. Keeps getting better.
Did you fit? Are you? So where are you?
I'm
now?
like maybe 3 behind, and it's because the episodes are fucking long. You know,
Yeah,
you
they're an
have to
hour long.
Yeah, you have to commit like fucking 14 hours at least.
Real fucking time.
Yeah. And as I was watching this, I was thinking about the writer's strike, which I will segue into just for a second. There's a writer's strike right now for writers in America because they have an issue with streaming revenue and a few other things as well. But I was like, because one of the main things they're talking about is how they're having shorter seasons with shows. I'm like, yeah, that's true, but a lot of these shows, they're like an hour long. So how the fuck did you guys not negotiate contracts based on fucking time? Like,
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't think
Sorry.
they do.
I don't think they do. I don't think they did.
Yeah. Hold on. There's one quick thing. You're right about the time in terms of like the length of airtime or whatever. It could be like a full hour or even an hour plus on streaming. That's one aspect, but the bigger aspect is the residual money afterwards.
Yeah.
So, and being able to tell like Netflix and Disney and fucking Amazon and all of that, they do a piss ass job of being able to articulate, hey, this Andor show was truly watched from start to finish by this many people for this many hours, and then they've rewatched it and they do a lot of smoke and mirrors with that shit. And from the writer's perspective, it's difficult to say, okay, well, with Seinfeld reruns, I get this much, and with Andor, I should get this much. It's not an apples to apples.
Well, yeah, and it's also, you know, they're doing like rewrites, which actually gets into AI, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Sorry, this is like a super fucking segue. We'll get into that in a little bit. But so I want to keep this on Andor. We'll get into the writer strike next, okay? But yeah, Andor is it's basically like this really weird, like, you son of a bitch, I'm into like fucking space Nazis, fucking concentration camps, fucking, you know, civil rights. Like, it's so fucking well done.
And I told you there are elements of the Netflix series You in the show. Like me and Prodigy were talking about it with Homeboy and old girl from the ISB. I was like, dude, this dude is super like creepy and like she's just like, you're a creeper and I can have you arrested, but he's like, oh, I'm helping you out. You don't need to know.
Oh, you're talking about that one dude. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
So I mean, it totally
That guy's
plays
fucking
into
crazy,
it.
by the way. I'm just saying.
Exactly, but the thing was, the way he totally stalks this woman. He goes to her job.
Well, especially because I mean, listen, this is what I didn't like about this dude. I'm not gonna say him by name. Watch the show, but it doesn't really matter. It's not a spoiler. It's been out for a fucking long time. But there's a guy in the show where the boss was like, he accurately said the people that got killed probably got into a fight that they shouldn't have got into in the first place, and they got. You know, they got killed by a guy who they shouldn't have fucked with to begin with. Plus, they shouldn't have been where they were, and they were drunk on the fucking company's dime. They should have been working, and they were somewhere they weren't supposed to be. Don't investigate this shit. And this dude took it upon himself to investigate anyway. So fuck that guy.
I mean, he paid for it. He took the brunt of it. So he tried to, you know. It's just funny because his mom was like a total fucking hater, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
He's super passive aggressive about it. And I thought it was fucking hilarious.
My question about the show is, do they mention Skywalkers?
No,
Every fucking show is related to Skywalkers some fucking way or another.
They mention the Emperor. They don't mention
every
Vader.
Star Wars show relates back to a goddamn Skywalker.
Let me piggyback. Andor fucking ruined me. It was so goddamn good. I was like, okay, I need every Star Wars show to be on this level. I'm not shitting on Mando. Mando is my close second or whatever. I like that one a lot. Obi-Wan, I hate on that one. But Andor, to get back to the real deal, Andor was must-watch TV. This shit was so fucking well written, and I never thought that a Star Wars show would so clearly and vividly articulate the problems with prison labor. You know,
Yeah.
like you can't watch Andor and be like, oh yeah, you should have people working if if they're in. Nope. You will watch that and be like, your entire position will flip. I don't care who you are.
Because that should literally, except for like the floor that'll kill you, but it happens in America every fucking day. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
That
I
shit
mean-
was. It's on the nose, but it's still so well written. Shout out to Andy Serkis. You know,
Yeah.
he's
Shout out to Tony
Right.
Gilroy.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for those of you who are still kind of like, what's this? What's the difference between Mando and Andor? Andor is a drama.
This is the
like
way.
a hardcore drama. It's
Yeah.
literally like watching.
It's like a telenovela.
No, it's more like
That's being honest.
So there's not
it's more like
half naked
watching-
8.
it's like watching the CSI, Chicago Fire, like the popular nighttime dramas versus Mando, which is an action adventure
Yeah.
series.
It's a
You have
western.
an action adventure western. It is a western versus a hardcore. Like this is like an Emmy seeking drama. This
Did it
goes
win
for
some awards? I hope
I
it
don't.
did.
I don't think it's been
Andor?
nominated
I think
yet.
I don't think it came out this year, right?
It came out
I
last
don't know.
year.
Did it?
Did it?
But
Was it?
I think
thought
aren't they
early
doing?
this-
I think they're doing the Emmy. It'll be eligible. I
It
think
should be.
this coming.
It should be this year. It should
Yep.
be this
Yeah.
coming.
If they don't win a fucking Emmy, somebody deserves. I mean, I fucking death. Somebody
Yeah,
deserves
there you
death.
go.
They
Well, no,
need-
Diego Luna.
They won a they won a few awards, but I didn't see exactly which ones they won because they were nominated for a Golden Globe,
There you go.
but they
Oh,
didn't
there you
win.
go.
yeah, they should have won.
No, they were nominated
Who
for
won?
Diego. Diego won. This was for best TV actor. I don't know who won.
And he didn't. Diego, he didn't win.
No, he
Nope.
didn't.
It's fucked
Who
up.
won? I can't tell who won.
Fuck the person who won.
Yeah, man.
So there's Critics' Choice Awards they won. You say Golden Globes?
Yeah, it's for a Golden Globe. I'm looking on Wikipedia.
Also,
They're nominated for a Golden Globe.
just a quick shout out too. Remember, we haven't really seen Diego Luna in this role since Rogue One,
Yeah.
right?
There's a reason why.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, a lot of people fucking forgot that movie came out. What, 16?
It was a great movie. Yeah.
It was great, but it was so long ago. Some
Yeah,
people have
and
fucking forgot. And some people
Skywalker
had,
showed up.
some people had a bad taste of some of the more recent Finn and Rey and Kylo trilogy movies that those last two. Sometimes that overshadows the greatness of even Rogue One because they came out in all of those similar years, like back to back to back. But this shit reminded me of how good Rogue One was.
I need to go back and
It
rewatch
is?
it. I remember I liked it when I watched it, but I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it too. This shit went hard. I'm right there. I'm so glad you caught up, or almost there.
Almost
I'm
caught
getting
up.
there. It's a lot, especially because Kay is like she's tired a lot, so
Mhm.
we can watch
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
2 in a day, and she's got to take some naps.
That's
So-
fine. I mean, it's what I was watching it weekly, so I only watch one a week, so I had to
Okay.
wait.
Yeah.
So,
See,
but
for me,
things
I was kind of sitting on the fence about the show just because I didn't really know much about it. Just I was like, Andor, there's gonna be fucking Ewoks and shit. Like I'm not for this,
Nope,
but
it's not that kind of Andor.
I guess you guys definitely sold me out on this. Well, no, because I mean, Mandalorian was really good. I actually enjoyed Obi-Wan, even though Prodigy didn't.
This,
But,
I enjoyed Obi-Wan because Prodigy is a hater. So let's just
But,
leave it at that.
I mean, Disney Plus right now, they're saturating the entertainment industry with Star Wars stuff. Because we have like Andor. I mean, we have Andor. We have Mandalorian. We have Boba Fett that came out like last year.
Yep.
We have Ahsoka that's coming out soon. Which I'm super excited about that
I'm
one.
excited for Ahsoka. So Ahsoka will probably set up the feature film that they're all three of them will cross into. Well, except for Andor, obviously. So
but
I'm really hyped
honestly,
for Ahsoka.
Blue, Andor is the best out of all of them, and I'm saying that with
Mm.
complete confidence.
Big facts.
And
Big.
I love Mando. I even liked Obi-Wan.
Nope.
I'm gonna love Ahsoka because that's my Canadian girlfriend. But Andor it's on a fucking different level. It really is.
And like I said, it's a drama.
Yeah.
Like it draws you in because there's suspense. There's a lot of tension. There's double crossing, triple crossing.
Motherfuckers getting tortured.
And there's a lot of cloak and dagger type shit. And in order to do really good cloak and dagger, you gotta tell a good story. And you gotta set up your
Yeah.
characters right. Because like even the like side character like Mamata's cousin, like
Yeah,
she does a
that was a
really
fucking
good
trip.
job.
When I realized like
Yeah.
who it was like, oh shit, that's that fucking person. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Diego Luna's side piece on that one planet.
Oh, you don't even go there with that because
Ooh,
she's too bad. What
she
they did to
bad,
her was fucked up. She didn't deserve that, but
but
she bad as hell.
she bad as fuck. I was like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, hold up. What planet she on?
Yep.
He got jacked though. Like when he got arrested, I was like, God damn. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was
So
like on vacation.
yeah.
he was on vacation. He got fucked up.
I'm a
Oh,
tourist.
the rumor is that the shore trooper that kicks his ass was Sam Witwer. So if you know Sam Witwer,
yeah.
he's known as the apprentice from Force Unleashed, and he does the voice of Darth Maul and the Emperor in like the games. He's very even after they fucking canned his story, they still come back to him and keep him involved with Star Wars. So I'm really happy that Lucasfilm keeps him on like the list. He's continually doing Star Wars stuff like you. Oh, he's in the Clone Wars as well. He does like several voices in the Clone Wars.
You know what I'm gonna say? Andor was so motherfucking good. I need y'all to bring back Jen Erso. Like,
Oh no, I
Yeah.
don't need her. We don't need her. We don't need her no more.
I need her.
No, we don't need her. What?
So,
No,
all right.
what I need is K2SO. That's what I need. I need him back.
All right. Right.
Like you said, Jen Erso, and this dude went to a fucking robot.
I know.
Yeah,
What
because
the
K2 was
fuck is wrong with you,
like-
Ninja?
because he took K2SO in the film. How did he get the fucking robot?
Oh, no,
How did he
you're missing the plot
reprogram
here,
that?
bro.
Yeah.
Missing the
need
plot
to-
here.
So hold on, we were completely introduced to Jen Erso. We don't need her to cross paths with Andor and then forget about each other or whatever the fuck. I don't. we
You're
don't
missing
need
the.
her.
I mean, people listen to this podcast. Is Old Ninja missing the point here?
No,
Mhm.
we don't need her.
You should-
All we
you
need
should-
is focus on-
You should create a poll in the chat to see.
Yeah. Drop some emojis in the chat. Give him one of them stinking piles of poop.
No, we don't.
Okay,
We don't
wait.
need Jen Erso. What we need is more
Wait,
Andor
before-
doing more fucking spy shit.
God damn.
Before we switch
That's
to
what we
the
need.
Sprite Strike, Prodigy has been on the podcast for a little bit, but Swarm, man. Like I know we talked to the chat and stuff like that, but yeah, Prodigy got me into watching Swarm, bees and shit like that. I wasn't ready. I finished the series. I was not fucking ready. I am so goddamn confused what is happening with this show, but I am so fucking intrigued what the hell happened. Like the shit just this shit got wild as hell, and I need answers. I'm so confused. I know
Okay.
B-boy's in the chat.
Yeah, B-boy.
Yeah, the B-boy got your guys' own fucking theories. I am so lost with the show, but I'm so fascinated.
Okay.
Goddamn.
You're 1,000%. I was right there with you when I finished it. Swarm is not a show that you can feel like, okay, I watched it. You just can't. You
cannot.
feel strongly. Sometimes it may be strong hatred. Sometimes it may be strong confusion. But you're gonna have a fucking strong ass feeling.
You are.
If you watch it and don't have theories, then you weren't paying attention. That's all I'll say. I won't spoil it completely. I do want Kronos to finish it because I need to get your take on this. This is not one of those things where you can just be like, no, watch this one.
It's also
every time.
I mean,
every time you come up with a theory,
it's hard to watch.
Like
I know
it is hard to watch. It's hard to watch. It doesn't make any kind of fucking sense. But then again, it makes a lot of sense. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. So here's the saving grace. Yes, it's hard to watch. Usually the episodes are 30 minutes, and there's only 7 of them. So
okay, that's yeah.
There's only 7 of them. Just pay attention. Watch a few more.
Let me rewind a little bit. When I say it's hard to watch, it's very uncomfortable. The show is not bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's just very uncomfortable. Like when you see somebody do some crazy shit, like I don't know, kill somebody and then basically choke themselves while eating a fucking cherry pie. It's fucking weird. All right, so there's a lot of weird shit, and that's just like the tip of the fucking crazy shit iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
So
it gets a whole lot fucking deeper.
It does
like,
get deeper. It does get deeper. Literally, if you watch some more episodes of it, I promise you, we can go very deep on these fucking theories because I still have them. And
Dude, the last episode when Homegirl was like, I don't like Beyonce. And I was like, oh, you the fucked up girl. I was like, but she kept telling her like, you're the love of my life. And I'm like, but she doesn't like Beyonce. I'm like, oh, this is how it is. But then it ends with her like, I was confused, man. Is she like in rehab? Like I don't know what the hell's going on. I need your cliff notes.
dude, I will break those down to you. I don't want to spoil it in front of Kronos too much, but this needs to be what
I feel like. Hold on, this is what needs to happen. All right, we need to start making. We owe you, the audience, more content, and I feel like we all need to, or at least you two, y'all have both watched the show. I'm gonna try to catch up as best as I can, but we need to just do like even it's just you two, like do a sit down, talk about the show, talk about your fucking crazy conspiracy theories about the show, and then we can release that. All right?
Yeah.
We
need to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's at least an hour right there.
Yeah.
We need to create like a shorter version of the Black Times Infinity. Like what's the opposite of infinity? Or how do you break micro infinity?
Yeah.
Mini infinity?
Blacker
than black times
finite.
Yeah, there you go.
Or black and black plus infinity.
Yeah.
Divided by infinity.
Well, I mean, we used to do like, a lot of. Remember when you used to do the driving to the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Before and after the cast. Yeah, that shit was
obviously
fun.
we can't do that now, but I hope that hopefully sometime this year maybe we can do a panel back up in the Bay. I don't know if Prodigy can be available for that. I can try to like actually do another, panel event up in the Bay at like one of the Bay Area.
Yeah, because Famicom is coming up.
I still got my Fanime contacts, and that woman is still looking for Blue. She has a chair ready.
Shit.
Let's fucking do it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we need. I miss interacting with audiences. I miss
attitude.
Yeah, I miss going to cons. I miss doing all the extra shit that we used to do. I miss having like celebrities on. I really want to get back to doing that, but obviously this past year for me, and I feel bad because when things affect me, it affects the whole podcast.
Well, and then we have 3 years of shit too.
Yeah,
in terms of,
but let's try to get back to like putting out some extra content. If that means just like individuals do something, let's do that. Like just if you guys just record anything you guys want to talk about, and I'll get it out there. So
yeah, I kind of been wanting to do bring back the whole React section of the podcast.
Let's do it.
Not just Anita, but like there's like what's the SZA? She does a video called Kill Bill for a song Kill Bill. Yeah, and I watched it and I was like, okay, yeah, this is fucking cool. Like, yeah, she's doing the whole Kill Bill thingy, but then at the end, I'm like, whoa, what? Have you guys seen the music video?
I have not yet
for Kill Bill.
I haven't.
Jesus Christ,
I haven't seen that one, but go ahead.
There's the end of the movie. I want to say movie. The end of the music video, she is hanging from the ceiling with tied up in rope, butt fucking naked.
God damn!
Like,
I'm like
Shibari style, or what's going on?
Oh,
What are we talking about here, bro?
Yes,
I'm just saying.
I mean, they're not. What is it? What is the Japanese art form where they tie up the women? Okay, yeah. I'm asking you. Yeah, basically that, but she's hanging from the ceiling. She's completely butt naked, and I didn't know Santa was a thick girl. Like she got booty. And I'm like, wow, this is not what I was expecting. But the whole time watching, I was like, this would be a really good react because I miss like doing that and hearing people saying like we talk too much over the comments and this and that. It was
a
fun.
react.
But
hey, there's one more I would like to add to that list. Motherfucking Janelle Monáe done come out with some goddamn fire, and I'm telling you, them videos will get you going. It's on her latest album. I can't even remember the name of the song because it was just so goddamn titillating. The fucking music video, and I don't watch a whole lot of music videos lately, but this shit. Here. Look up that Janelle Monáe one. That shit is awesome.
Yeah.
But
Janelle Monáe, where she's showing her titties everywhere.
Yeah, man.
That's the only reason why you like it, because she's naked and like she comes out in a wet t-shirt. She takes off her top, she's swinging everywhere. She's getting a little bit of flack because people are saying you're being too sexy weapon to the classy neo future Janelle Monáe.
fuck all
And
that.
now she's acting like she's a
Titties.
backup dancer for Cardi B or some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. TNA at the Triple X. Let's go.
TNA to Triple. This fucking guy. You got the one-liners, bro. The one-liners tonight.
No, that Jenny mod then fucked him up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying, why is their face polygonal, but the rest of them is? I'm just saying, them three-dimensionals.
Look, America.
It's-
America. I owe y'all an apology, goddammit. I talked all kind of shit for years. I talked shit to my own kid when he was like 6 or 7. And the topic here is Minecraft. I used to talk all kind of shit. Oh, it looks so fucking retro. It looks like some games from the fucking 80s when I used to play those types of games. This is whack. How could you ever play this? Motherfucker, I've been on a goddamn bender on Minecraft Dungeons and fucking loving it. This game is literally like Diablo, only funnier. Diablo 3, really. That shit it's just fun all the way around.
Is this the one where there's two newish to me because I'm fucking old and I'm not a Minecraft fan, but there was two ones that stuck out to me. One was Minecraft Dungeons, and there was another one that was like it was Minecraft, but it was like you would command an army while playing Minecraft from the same 3/4 top view,
like real-time strategy.
Yeah, but it was really so basically you would control like the main avatar, and you could command like your minions around you to like do shit. Dungeons is not like that, right?
No, Dungeons is really pretty much Diablo as a dungeon crawler with co-op.
Okay, yeah, I mean, because obviously, fucking Diablo 4. I'm just saying, I literally, I did a thing I probably shouldn't have done, but I did it anyway because I don't give a fuck. I bought the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition. That does not come with the fucking game. First of all, fuck you, Blizzard. But
It doesn't come with the game? What the fuck?
I know. Hold on, give me a second. I'll explain. Okay, I'll explain.
What did you buy, Kronos? Kronos out here buying fucking figurines and shit. What the fuck?
He's buying lithograms and shit.
Yeah, man. What those fucking smiling ape cards or whatever, you know?
Oh, maybe it came with the Funko Pop.
Yeah, it could have.
And a fucking trading card deck. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a trading card deck. Maybe it's a tabletop game. Or, in fact, nobody calls it tabletop anymore. They call it TT. They call it TT RPO, RPG or some shit like that.
Fucking weed.
Yeah. But, bro, you've been wilding out on this. This Jenny mod that fucked you up.
Dude,
I know
I blame you. I didn't know what the fucking Jenny mob was before.
I thought you of all people should have known, but you didn't.
She fucking turned you.
She did turn you.
It's like that movie. What's the movie with the cartoon with Brad Pitt? Cool. Was it Cool Running? Not Cool Running.
Cool World.
Cool World. Yeah.
Damn, these are actually fucking heavy.
Jenny turned you into a fucking Minecraft.
Okay, let me explain. People of the internet, plus people on the podcast. Blizzard does a thing with like their collector's editions that is really cool. They have like these box sets. Okay, and this is why I'm saying fuck you, Blizzard. You made me do it because they're still cool, but I had to buy the game plus the box set. So fuck you. Anyway, so these are what Blizzard's traditional box sets look like. This is StarCraft. I think this is Heart of the Swarm, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heart of the
Blizzard.
Swarm, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. It's fucking dope. Comes with all kinds of shit in here in the box. It's fucking really cool. I love these box sets. I love them so much that for StarCraft 2, I bought, because I'm a huge StarCraft fan, as everybody that knows, if you listen to the podcast, because I used to be ranked at the first StarCraft. I was, I think I was 15th or above in the rankings for StarCraft, the first one. And here's Wings of Liberty, which I think is the first one for StarCraft 2. Same box set, same dope shit inside, or similar dope shit, but for this actual race. And then also Legacy of the Void, which is the Protoss version. But for some reason this time, they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We need more money. It's basically this same similar box set for Diablo 4, same similar looking, but there's no goddamn game inside.
What the entire
I'm
fuck?
like, what the fuck? So I had to buy the box set without the game, which is more than it's $100.
Wait,
And
is there a code for the game?
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say, is there a code for the
no,
game? There's no CDP,
it
no nothing?
specifically says when you buy it from Blizzard, game not included. $100, bitch. Fuck you, pay me.
Damn.
So I was like, all right, I mean, I'm going to pay you because I love these box sets. And then now I have to go to GameStop probably tomorrow and order the game for the PS5. So they got me. I'm a fucking sucker. Call me a simp, but I like these box sets because they're really cool. Because it comes with. Obviously, the box looks fucking cool, right? But it comes with like artwork. Actually, some of the shit is still fucking sealed.
It probably came with books and shit. I told you.
It comes with
Is
books.
Is there a card trading deck in there?
There's all kinds of shit in here. There's fucking a goddamn mouse pad because I bought it because I'm a PC guy. Or I used to be a PC guy. Still am. There's the artwork. This is the artwork book, which is fucking big.
Man, that's heavy.
It's not insubstantial.
Yeah.
I'm a con, bro.
Yeah. So, and I think one of these things are actually sealed. What the fuck? This is the soundtrack. Obviously, I'm not going to. Soundtrack is still sealed. The game DVD, behind the scenes, all kinds of shit. It comes in these box sets. But I mean, Blizzard. I mean, come on, man. Like, release the goddamn box sets with the fucking game included. Like,
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on, man.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah,
How about addictees?
Yeah,
For sure.
You done fucked up with Overwatch 2. All right, you know you did. Obviously, you got your shit back together with Diablo 4. You know you got your shit back together with Diablo 4, but you could have went the extra mile and just added in the goddamn game with the box set. So, I don't know.
It's so weird that they charge just all that with no fucking game.
Yeah. So if you ever question, is Cronus really a nerd?
There it
Obviously.
is.
I mean, come on, man. Look at the fucking back. If you look in the background, I mean, just.
Hey, speaking of Overwatch 2, just so we're all on the same page, I think it was this past week, Blizzard said that bullshit where they were just like, when we showed you that fucking teaser trailer or full trailer way back in 17, 18, 19, whatever the fuck year it was, with the PvE for Overwatch 1, basically we lied to y'all. And fuck you. And I'm so floored that a game that was so phenomenal right out the gate way back in 2015, one game of the year way back then, has wet the bed so hard on a half-ass sequel, not even a full sequel, because it's a free-to-play mismatch of like your trophies from Overwatch 1 just became Overwatch 2 trophies. Like it's a fucking mess. I know people who went hard as fuck on Overwatch for 2-3 years, those first 2, 3, 4 years, who don't touch it.
Yeah, the problem
They
with
already
me,
have adequate food as well.
this is how bad Blizzard fucked up. So I got Diablo 2. I'm not Diablo 2. Sorry, Overwatch 2. Obviously, it's free, super easy to get, and I was looking forward to it. But once I saw that I'm a Zenyatta main, I had to unlock the character. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, maybe I'll just go back and play Overwatch 1. No, not available anymore because we have Overwatch 2. And the character I want to play as, the only character I want to play as, I have to unlock by playing other shittier characters for me in the game. And that really pissed me off. And now PvE, which y'all know I love doing PvE, the fact that they were just like, fuck it. That's like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is how you kill a franchise. But also they got Diablo 4 coming out, so, whatever.
Holy shit. All right, where else we going?
I think we should stick with more gaming because a huge ass game is either out tomorrow. Apparently, a lot of people already have it. Everyone's been waiting on it. One of the games is probably another Game of the Year contender, which is now Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda game. I think it hits the streets tomorrow.
I thought it's already out.
No, it's been out.
Okay.
Out, bro. Kay has been playing it a little bit when she can because she's still obviously recovering. But she played a bit more today, and I was watching it and trying not to be like, "Ooh, try this, ooh, try that." I did a couple times. She was like angry with me. I'm like, "Yo, you can barely even talk, so whatever."
Oh, bad. That's terrible. Oh man, but still,
Yeah, honestly, the game is it's amazing. they seem to have improved upon the last game, which is hard to believe. I'm going to say this right now. All right. I don't understand how the fuck they made a game like this on the Switch. Because there's not a lot of load screens. The graphics aren't terrible. And there is some slowdown sometimes with like when there's a lot of shit on the screen. But other than that, it's very seamless. And people were complaining about, oh, you're still at, this. It's the same map.
Yeah.
But it's really not. It's basically, it's 3 maps stacked on top of each other. Literally fucking at least 3. Because you have like shit above you in the sky. Shit below you, shit that you're used to that's been changed in Hyrule. And then there's basically the entire Hyrule that you know of below you. That's in like this crazy fucking cave system that's kind of like Dark Souls. So, yeah. And they added in all these other crazy mechanics where you can like literally put together weapons and like ascend through fucking solid objects and do all kind of other crazy shit. But I think that people miss the point when it comes to gaming that the latest 2 iterations of Zelda has gotten correct is just to have fun and like have the player figure out what they want to do. Like just think of like all not Dead Souls, but actually no, it just applies to Dead Souls too and Elden Ring. When you drop into Elden Ring and those types of games, like there's no like one real objective. I mean, there is sort of like an objective, but like you can go wherever the fuck you want. So when you drop into Zelda, it just says you have an objective that's over here, but it doesn't like really tell you how to get there, like what the fuck to do, or anything like that. Like on the way to get to there, you like end up getting like all this other shit and like going on your own like little adventures. They don't do the hand holding that a lot of other games do, and this is why I don't like games like Monster Hunter, and shit like that, where they have like fucking 5 million things on like goddamn HUD, and really hand holding me to do like fucking everything. Like Zelda doesn't do that. They let the character be they let the player be creative on like what they want to do, and then go from there. And the fact that this game is getting 10s almost across the board is incredible, and it's warranted. And I think that this is the gaming that we all forgot. And also, please fucking God, release a Nintendo Switch Pro, a Switch 2. Like, what the fuck? Like,
you've been asking for that for a few years now.
For real, this fucking shit is old as fuck. Like, even though I said, you don't need the graphics they're pushing the limit for the Switch. If this goddamn game was on, I don't know, the fucking Unreal 5 engine, it'd be insane. People lose their fucking mind.
Yeah, it'd probably have a lot more seamless shit. It'd be super wild. Super wild.
When did the Switch come out? In like 2013?
It came out basically in 1998. I'm just saying. It's going to be a very long time. It's got fucking gigantic capacitors. You got to fucking push start that motherfucker or pull the fucking cord. Runs on gasoline. Just saying.
2017. So it's been 6 years. They're past her halfway. They're halfway outdated.
Well, and it's not even just.
I mean, consider how console lasts 10 years.
It was outdated when it came out. Let's be totally honest. Right? That shit came out in the fucking PS4 era, and the graphics were not. The graphics were not as good as a PS4. Like not even by a long shot. So, yeah, Nintendo, you did a great job by like recouping your losses from the Wii U. Congratulations, but please put forth more of an effort on the next console to focus on some actual horsepower. Yes, you guys are great at making games, but you can make more money off of pushing the horsepower now, like a lot more.
Yeah. Especially what happens with the God damn it, what's the other handheld you have?
The Steam Deck.
As compared to my Steam Deck.
Deck.
My Steam Deck is fucking incredible. And even the Steam Deck. Look, the Steam Deck right now is not. It's not the greatest. They're good graphics. They're not great graphics. It's not pushing the envelope. But it's way better than the Switch. Like as far as like having like larger hands it being like, you know, a serious gamer. I'm not saying that you can't be a serious gamer on the fucking Switch, but if you have larger hands on the Switch, and you're playing a handheld, good fucking luck. It's like basically you feel like you're playing with a child's toy. I can't play a serious game on the Switch for that long using just the handheld version because the fucking controls are too small for my hands.
Can I ask a quick question on your Steam Deck? And I know you when you had it when you're over here, you let me hold it, but I didn't play anything on it. Does it actually have like rumbling haptic feedback or anything like that?
Shit, I think it does. For me, it's like it's kind of ubiquitous to gaming, so I'm pretty sure it does. I'll have to check next time I play.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
So that makes a difference.
And also the Steam Deck is honestly it's been like a revolution of handheld gaming. I think that this should put Nintendo on blast and also Sony and Microsoft. I think there should be a race right now to get the next great handheld. It's already happening with the PC handhelds because you know the Steam Deck came out. Then there was the goddamn, I forget the other one, but yeah, there was the Asus one came out, the ROG something that's better than the Switch, but it's also more expensive. So you know it's here or there, but there's a string of new PC handhelds that are out right now that are making money. All right, so I don't know why the fuck Sony does not release a new PSP, like our PS Vita or whatever. Like this is the perfect timing. I know that Santa Monica Studios said they're working on something that is a AAA title. It's going to be smaller than God of War. My perfect scenario would be announce the next PS Vita 2 or PSP 3 or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then whatever Santa Monica Studios is working on, that's one of the launch games. They're fucking sell like hotcakes.
There's an entire generation of youngsters that have never known a Sony handheld.
Yeah.
Because the Vita, which came out I think 2012 or 2013, was obviously didn't sell well. It was the worst embarrassment Sony has had from a console standpoint ever. You had that experience, and that's obviously 10 years now. Then prior to that, you did have the PSP, but that was so fucking long ago that if you're like, my kid's basically 13, he was not around for any of the PSP era. You know what I mean? So, like, you have teenagers now.
I still have my fucking PSP, like right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
This is original. This is the PS1001. Like this is the original fucking PSP, and I jailbroke this, and now I have like over fucking I don't know like 2,000 games on there, and it's awesome. But this when this came out, this was like revolutionary because like you can watch movies on here. Like it had like there was fucking the games were on like a little disc that you could buy. Like they had like motion pictures. Like it was ridiculous. Yeah,
I still have mine. Mine's in I have like one of those quote unquote indestructible cases. Like you could drop it and it would shock protect the fucking PSP, and you open it and it served as like a display case. Like you can sit it down and play it like standing up. So
this is probably one of my favorite games on it. Oh, this
mine needs power.
But this is Crisis Core Final Fantasy, which was like a prequel to Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, I have Street Fighter Alpha, whatever version is on the fucking PSP. Also, that was my first time playing Monster Hunter. One of
the coolest games for the PSP, at least in my opinion, was one called it was called Army Corps. And basically, it was a virtual. It was a virtual like you're put into like a virtual world, and like every level you pass, the game got harder and harder, but the levels were always different. Like it would change somehow, like the map would change, but like it's like I don't know if they weren't using AI because this is too small for fucking that. But like just the fact that every time you play this game it was fucking different was pretty awesome for something that was so like I'm just back in like 90 like 2002 2003. That when the PSP came out.
Something like that.
35 million years ago. I'm just saying, we're fucking old. So this is basically they made them shits out of fucking stone.
They did.
Basically.
I had
PlayStation portable.
I had a PSP as well when I used to do in my traveling days. I had a PSP, and also I had a Vita too back when I came back from the States. But yeah, they're great handhelds. You know, and I think right now I think we're ready to have like another great handheld again.
So the PSP came out in 2004, so
Yeah, a
it's been
long
a
time
good
ago.
19 years.
Fucking damn.
And
That sounds weird to say.
they had a great Metal Gear game on there, and then on the Vita, actually, is the PSP or the Vita? One of the best God of War games was on there. It was like Olympus or something like that.
Yeah, PSP. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the PSP. I beat that shit. I beat the brakes on that fucking game a bunch of
Oh,
times.
it's really
But
good.
up until the latest God of War, that was my favorite God of War game.
Mm-hmm.
There's two of them on PSP, and I
Yeah.
have
Yeah, it's like
Chains of
Battle for
Olympus,
Yeah.
and there's some other one. I forgot the other one, but
Yep.
one
Yep.
of them I got stuck on. I got to the end.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about another game though while we're talking.
Yeah.
About
Go
this.
ahead. I know what you're gonna get into.
Yeah, I gotta talk about it
That.
because I've been stuck on it. Yeah, I gotta tell them motherfucking Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Holy shit! This game, like, I know that Cronus keeps talking about how there needs to be more games like God of War. Well, this is it. This is basically God of War, especially God of War Ragnarok with the Star Wars skin on it. I mean, it's a massive fucking game. It's
But
just
was it? Is Star? What was the name of the game?
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. There we go.
Yeah, it's a
Be
massive
right
fucking
back.
game. It's very weird because just very similar to God of War. When you start the game, you're pretty much already powerful as fuck. Like when I started the game, it tells me I can already like push multiple people off ledges. Like I can push like 3 enemies right off a ledge off the bat. I already have a single lightsaber and a double lightsaber. I mean, I just combine the two from the jump. Like literally, when you first start the game, I have both of these, and I'm able to tear through people. I know there's controversy about Fallen Order about there was lack of like dismemberment in this. Well, that's all gone away. But now I can cut people up like no problem. Very early on, like literally in the beginning, you can literally execute people in a very kind of fucked up way. Like literally, you pull them to you and you just run them through with your saber and then toss them aside. Um, there's a lot of finishing moves you can kind of do. Like there's one if you're above an enemy, like a low level enemy or even a hard enemy, you drop down on them. You basically roll them over and you cut. Sometimes, not always, you cut their head off with the saber. Their head goes rolling. Other times you just hit the body. Most of the times you hit the body and it'll cut the body. But when you execute someone, it gives you like a little icon they're ready to be like killed. Even though they still have like a good amount of life, you can just like cut their limbs off. If you cut their arms, legs, and hand, and like sometimes their hands, you like cut them in sections and they're done. There's some cool shit like enemies will run away because they're scared because they see you like they either see you or you kill one of their companions. They'll run away and then they try to get brave and come back at you, or they run to get reinforcements to try to take you down. It's very interesting. Just like in God of War Ragnarok, I'm gonna keep saying it. You have allies. You have allies helping you while you're playing, and you get to command them while you're fighting. Like they'll help you in a fight, and they fight other ones with you. What I noticed is different from God of War is that you have a hub this time. You have a place where you can continually go back to, and you can recruit people to build the hub up. And each of those people, if you can talk to them, they'll give you a rumor, which is a side mission. So the more you interact with people, the more side missions you get, the more people you find out in the world, the more that they will come in and give you things to help you on your journey. Either you can get resources from them or you get a rumor from them that will give you stuff. Or some cases, it gives you a whole fucking store where they'll sell you items that will help your abilities. Cronus is in here. I wanted to bring up the fact he always talks about how you always need a like a refresher or reminder kind of thing.
Oh
So
yeah.
built in the game, if you pause the game, you can access a training area like
Nice.
nothing. You can literally just hit pause. There's a move list you can see if you like want to go back into the game and try your move, or there's techniques that you want to try. You just go to the training mode, that's probably the only loading screen you'll see because it's pretty seamless. There's virtually no load screen. It does like the God of War thing where you can seamlessly run through the fucking spot and it just loads the next area. You just run through. I've hit I've hit one slowdown. It's only because like in that area there's creatures. There was a patrol of Imperials. There was a transitional area. I was literally getting attacked from all sides, so it kind of slowed down. But it lasted like maybe a second and a half, and I was back to it. But the training area you can access it at any time in the game, and once you come out of it, you're back into the main game. Like you can die in the training room because they will literally try to attack you, but it'll tell you on top of the screen this is the move you need to do, or the one that you're trying to train with. Here's some enemies that are appropriately leveled for this move, and you just keep doing it, and then you can switch moves out. You can uh, do other training stuff, and you can stay in there and try all. It's like a danger room, floating danger room, and then come back out and go back into the game flawlessly.
It's bigger than the first game, huh?
It is way bigger than the fucking first game. The game is so big, they put fucking fast travel areas all over the fucking place. Because
Is that a sequel?
I'm sorry, what?
I said this is a sequel to another game?
This is a sequel to Fallen Order, yes.
Okay.
So this is it's very crazy kind of shit. Like the game, you can go anywhere, almost anywhere you want. There's main missions, obviously, that tell you can go here. But if you want, you can explore. You can do the rumors, which are side missions, and like you want to invest in those because they'll give you some kind of benefit one way or another, no matter what. Either skill points, increase your force meter, increase your health, increase your health stims that'll give you immediate health if you're in danger. Like, there's a ton of shit. There's the equivalent of the Valkyries from God of War. There's the equivalent of that with giant creatures. Sometimes they're enemies, but they will fuck you up. There are enemies that will one-shot you, even no matter how powerful you are, what level you're at, they can still one-shot you. They're usually pretty fucking big. There's so much to do in the fucking world. It's very strange. It's very weird how when you play the game from the beginning, you already feel very powerful, but it also feels very natural about how you use your powers because when you hit certain areas, it basically tells you can do these things. You don't have to like acquire or learn them. You already have them. They just didn't tell you how to access them via the button controls. So it feels very like kind of natural. So I guess if you're fucking around with the buttons, you can probably do a lot of the movements. Some of them will unlock based on the area you go to because you will need that power or ability to get to the next area. But it's like super kind of flawless. You don't have to like do some shit to acquire it. That happens way later on, and it's usually pretty fucking difficult. But the game is fucking massive. I had to delete 3 games just to install this one game.
That's
There's
what
like there's like 130 just to install plus an update. I don't know how big the update was. The game is fun. I love this game a lot. I'm very like as much as Cronus was involved with God of War Ragnarok. That's the way I am with this game. It feels like Respawn took notes from Santa Monica and like, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do that. Like we
Does
can
he call
incorporate.
BB boy?
No,
No?
he's called.
Oh,
No,
well, I mean,
so
then I can't.
everybody.
You know,
Oh,
just saying, I can't.
oh, come here,
I
Yeah.
can't
Paul.
do the thing.
The game is phenomenal. Like it deserves. It's been getting 9s and 10s across the board. And playing the game, I see fucking why. It's very, very. It feels seamless, flawless, immersive. There's a few things that are kind of weird. Like I should be able to get through certain areas with my lightsaber, but they're blocked behind like abilities you have to learn later, which feels a little weird. But I get it. Some of them are like you have to learn or acquire. It's funny because when you learn them, it's basically you remember how to do it. You don't have to like kind of like I don't know train to do it or whatever. It's just like
I got a really important question though. Just I mean for real. In the game, do you take down structural imperial capitalism and possibly go to jail and figure out how to like work your way out? If that's not in the game,
Yes.
I don't know if I can.
So the game starts out. The game starts out with
Andor put it up.
You literally, You start the game that way. What you
Okay.
described is the very first
Okay.
10 minutes of the fucking game.
All right. Then you know what? I'm gonna finish the last game, and then I'm on it. I'm just saying. I kind of just want to be a goddamn spy now and just fuck shit up.
Yeah, I mean, you are part of a network that you join later. It's so fucking good. The story is good. I don't want to spoil shit, but I will say they included lore from the Star Wars universe that I didn't think they were gonna use, and it did it, and it works very fucking well. I'm fucking loving the game. I'm probably the game. I probably put 35 hours into the game, and I guess main story wise, I'm probably like maybe 45%.
35 hours at your age, I'm just saying that's
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
You're making decisions on your life.
Yeah. Overall, I would say overall gameplay, like not gameplay, but overall game completion. I'm probably like 30% into the game.
Damn.
The game it's so fucking massive. It's just ridiculous.
Do you
But-
feel like the Black Leon Kennedy when you're playing it though?
No, I feel like fucking Luke Skywalker. Fuck Leon Kennedy. Leon Kennedy is a twink. He can't fucking fire his gun.
Damn,
rude.
those are fighting words.
Yeah.
Rude.
Fighting words.
Yes. I
mean,
said it. I said
the
it.
chat.
2 years in the bucket. Fuck it.
In the chat, I said that is this game better than Force Unleashed? The one with Star
yeah.
Killer?
100%.
Yeah,
Force
because
Unleashed-
Killer Frost in the
Force
chat said 100%. It's 100% better.
100%. Yes. The Force Unleashed is like playing Tetris compared to this game.
goddamn, now
Shit,
Tetris
really?
is a great game. Now you picked that back.
It is like
goddammit.
playing goddamn Tetris. That's like comparing God of War Ragnarok to God of War. Which would you say is better?
Wait, you talking God of War 2018 versus Ragnarok? Is that what you
2018?
said?
No, 2018 God of War Ragnarok versus 2009 God of War or whatever.
Oh, the first God of War. So the
Yeah,
first
You say
PlayStation 5 version.
All right,
Oh, okay, all right.
it seems impressive.
It's very, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, this is a must-have. I know B-Boy Frost is in the chat. I've been watching his streams because he's kind of behind where I was because I went super deep into the game. But I had to tell him certain things without spoiling the game, and it's very hard because I'm very excited about this game. The game is very challenging. Even on, actually, I don't want to say very challenging. I'm playing at the Jedi Knight level, and it's still pretty challenging, but it's manageable. Unlike playing on Grandmaster, you're getting one-shotted by like people sneezing on you. So I wasn't for as big as this game is. There's no fucking way I would do that shit. Fuck that. It would take forever. Would I say you're a pat? Oh, am I past Ravis? Yes, I am past Ravis. That was for B-Boy in the chat. I'm way past Ravis actually. So, but the game, I highly recommend this game, especially if you're a Star Wars gamer, a Star Wars fan. This is a must. This is a must-have. This is definitely a Game of the Year contender. It's definitely the scores that it got is well deserved. I'm enjoying this immensely. This is one of those probably games that I will probably do New Game Plus, which I almost never do. Usually I start New Game Plus and I remember how long the fucking game was. I'm like, nah, fuck that. This game,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I will probably go with full force powers in and go all the way through this fucking thing. This thing's a well-made game. Respawn did their homework, even though it's mostly from Santa Monica Studios, but it's well. I believe they took what they did and made a love letter to God of War with Star Wars. I'm thoroughly happy with this game. This is every one of you should buy this fucking game.
Yeah, you busting all over this shit. God damn. All right. Okay.
I wonder if he has a high metachlorian count. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah, high metachlorian. You know what?
in your sperm. I'm just saying, or that's probably just us at this point. I'm just
No,
you're quite elderly.
Mhm.
I am, but
I'm
at least
saying.
I still have bullets in my gun, unlike some people on the podcast.
That is
Damn,
true.
you ain't got to call
God
me out.
damn, there we go. Back to the nut jokes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Damn. You know what I mean?
Cheers.
No, it was a medical procedure.
This would not be BTI without, does Prodigy have sperm in his balls? Jokes. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
What was the name of the post from that used to do not Wheel of Fortune, that used to do Price is Right? Bob Barker. Bob
Yeah.
Barker would have been cool with Prodigy, man. He was like, hey, At the end of the day, make sure to spade and do your pet.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Good damn.
Oh,
All right.
Holy
All right.
shit!
Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty good, Blue.
Oh, that was.
I got nothing.
yeah, that should be the name of the fucking
Let me
podcast.
just, let me just clarify that everybody on this podcast knows that Prodigy is capable of producing sperm. All right, but it's still fucking funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is.
No,
No, so.
No, it's not your cuss. Sniff, sniff, people. Sniff, sniff. That's a gong.
All right,
Neutered.
I know this. My old nutless ass is a little tired. Let's wrap it up for this one. But then we definitely need to
Shit.
Cronus's idea. Me and Blue at least gotta get together on Swarm because I still got theories. I'm still confused.
Yeah, do it. I mean,
Sure.
anytime you guys want to talk about anything that, like, just send me the fucking video, and I'll put it out.
I can screen grab from use OBS all the time.
Yeah,
and
please
I can
do.
record
We'll
audio
have to do that. And I mean, really and truly, I want to do a solo session with just me talking about interspecies reviewers one day.
Please,
Hey,
do
no
it,
one
man.
gives a
Yeah,
fuck,
we'll get it
man.
out there. I feel like over this past year, this is the least amount of content that we put out
Yeah,
probably
this-
ever,
Yeah.
and we owe the audience the dankness. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Interspecies day.
Price can have his own fucking panel at FanCon.
You know what?
Talk about interspecies.
Oh,
review.
Might have to hit them up.
Anime is in 2
Who was
weeks.
the? Hold on, who was that guy? Remember the luchador guy? His fucking panel was
Oh,
hilarious.
God, I
It was
remember
the hentai fucking
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
Oh, yeah.
super late at night.
He was so great. I
He
love
had his
him.
name. Didn't one of us get his card? He had like a.
Kid, I'll have to look. Let me look back.
Yeah,
my
Fucking great.
That guy was great.
Yeah,
He's
that-
so funny.
That shit was great. But that one annoying chick was super annoying. Though.
I know she was a hater. All right, Blue, what you got popping this week? God damn it!
Oh shit. Nothing really happening, but like this kind of rolled the tape back on some things that we missed. So like my birthday had happened recently.
Hey.
So I went to
turned
a
25.
random ass fucking place. Yeah, I turned 25 for the 15th time. But so I went to this little town in Northern California called Eureka. And like the whole reason why I went there was just because I used to go to like
weed.
Southern California for
Just say-
things.
Just say you want weed, man. You ain't
No,
got
I wasn't-
It's a great
it wasn't
show,
weed
too.
at
I'm
all.
Just saying, it's a great show.
Yo, so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go because Eureka was like it's kind of one of my favorite shows, which is like a sci-fi show where like there's a town of fucking geniuses. This town is nothing like that. It was nowhere even fucking close or near that. But no, I just went sort of like kind of random that I've never been before, and so we went to Eureka, and it's like a good maybe 3-hour drive. But it was a great little trip. At least to me, I had a great time. But like, there's this thing called the Walk with Giants. So
Oh yeah.
there's like a road, or no, it's called Avenue of Giants, not Walk with Giants, Avenue of Giants. And like you usually take the 101 up there, and there's like a side road that you can take, and like there's just nothing but fucking redwood trees for like 32 miles, I think it is. And there's nothing but red. Like you have to like you're driving down the street, and you have to like swerve out of the road because there's a fucking redwood tree that's just there. I mean, obviously the
Oh.
redwood tree is there before the road was.
So you
Like,
were on
every now and then-
indoor. That's where you were.
Basically, I was in fucking indoor. Yeah, but like you can. There's like certain areas where you can stop. There's like little history lessons and stuff like that. And I took the sweetness and little baby bash with me, and like, dude, it was all like it was like I've seen redwood trees before. Like I have a giant fucking red tree in my goddamn backyard, but like being here, like it was just beautiful to see like just these giant fucking trees. But then like it was also cool to see like trees that have like that's been like struck by lightning, like have like a giant fucking like they're like burnt out in the middle. It's kind of crazy too because like they're hollow in the middle, but they're still fucking growing. Like you can like walk into like the center of the fucking tree and look up, and it's just fucking like burnt tree. But then like also you can see fucking sky. But another cool thing that we did is we did like this place is like one of those places where you can drive through the redwood trees. So like there was like one area where like you basically drive through a goddamn redwood tree.
I did
And
that.
it was
Yeah.
I didn't take pictures of it just because like I had my Tesla and I was like kind of scared I was gonna fucking like scrape against the side, but it was fine. Like I was able to get through.
He was scared of repair
No, it was-
bills, was what he was scared of.
Basically, yeah, because it wasn't a tree that I was scared of. It was just when you came out of it, like the incline, like the road was kind of like there was a giant fucking crack. Like one part was lower than the other, and I was scared of scraping the bottom of my car, which where the battery lives. So I was scared that motherfucker was gonna blow up. No. But no, overall it was a lot of fun. Like we had like the road trip there was really cool. There was some of the damage from the recent rainstorms that we had. Like part of the freeway was closed off because the freeway was fucking gone basically. Like the road was gone. Like there was no fucking road. Like they created a new road and went like through the hills and like you came out on the other side. But once you got to the side, if you like kind of look to the right and see, the road was just not fucking like you can see like the country, like you can see the freeway, and it was just all of a sudden just gone. Like it just eroded away from all the rain and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really cool. We went to there was a zoo up there called the Sequoia Zoo, and like there's a thing where you go on up these canopy, like you walk up this canopy, and you're like it's basically like a walkway up there with like a mausoleum up in the trees. So you're like up in the fucking trees, like looking down and stuff like that. But like it was just really cool. It was really different than like the stuff that you normally would see, but it was still like a lot of fun. There's still things that I didn't get a chance to see. Like there's a black sand beach out there I wanted to check out. But so there was also like a botanical garden that I wanted to check out, but we didn't get a chance to. But overall, it was a lot of fun. We went to Lost Coast Brewery, which was really cool. They had like really great fucking beer and food, which was really cool. But yeah, overall, it was a good birthday weekend.
Did you get Brother Thelonious?
No, that's North Coast Brewery.
That's right. I fucked it up again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, so what the funny story is, so on the way home, we went through Fort something. But that's where North Coast Brewery is. It's Fort Bragg. Bragg is where North Coast Brewery is. And I wanted to go there, but we went to like a little hole in the wall, like brick pizza place, which was it was amazing. Like it was like this little like hole in the wall. It was like a house that was converted into like a pizza thing, and like you were chilling in the fucking backyard, and they had like a little rock garden and like fucking cactus and stuff like that, and like little baby Bash was just running around grabbing rocks and coming back and like eating pizza, then like going back and like throwing rocks into the bushes. It was a lot of fun. It was very, very nice, and we drove up the 5 a little bit, and we got to see not the 5 though, Highway 1. You got to see like the picturesque beaches that you see in like fucking movies. Like there's that, like we went over that one bridge that like it like spans over like a large section of like beaches and stuff like that, so you can like see all the waters, like a bunch of rocks and like lighthouses and stuff. It was really cool. But dude, there's one part where the road between Eureka and Fort Bragg, where it was young me would have been cool because the roads were like super fucking windy. But older me with my family and driving a fucking Tesla was like, holy shit, this is too much for me. Like I couldn't fucking do it. It was super fucking windy. I was so tired once we got down to Fort Bragg. I was able to take a rest. But yeah, that's it for me. I just wanted to go over my little birthday thingy.
Prodigy is so tired right now. He's trying to blink to you in fucking Morse code.
Dude, I'm tapping out. I'm tapping the fuck out.
I heard the played off music playing.
Dude, old ninja, what you got?
Wrap it up.
Yeah. So as well, I just turned 1 Eon on this past Sunday. So
Happy
I was
birthday.
also celebrating. Appreciate it. Thank you. I went to Pasta Primary for the first time
Nice.
in my life
What?
ever. And apparently, I've never been. I never had a chance to, so I finally went. First time. Place was fucking packed. Excellent fucking food.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent fucking service. I definitely would go back if you live in the Bay, or if you're going to travel to the San Francisco Bay Area. You definitely need to try to go. That's the primary. You need to make reservations though if you want to get in, especially now in the summer, because you're not going to be able to do walk-ins.
And also sidestep human shit on the street. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
basically.
which I had to do, but out in the Mission District, which was weird.
Little fun fact: House Prime Rib is an all-you-can-eat place.
Yeah, I didn't realize that because we went kind of late, but still, there was the amount of food that they gave us. There was no fucking way.
Yes,
I could eat more. It was so many sides, and it was ridiculous.
I mean, there is a way. That's why most Americans are obese. So
yeah, there's no way for me. I'm actually this weekend. I'm actually doing a second birthday bash thing at a sushi place.
Are you a fucking hobbit? You got second birthdays?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, when you celebrate a milestone like one eon, you gotta, double up one time
Okay.
until no lies.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, going out again, doing a bigger birthday bash for my one eon. Um, gonna be playing some more Jedi Survivor, definitely, because the game is fucking excellent. You can actually see my gameplay for the past like 2 weeks on Twitch. So I've been twitching out almost every time I play, and like they're like 4 hour fucking long fucking playthroughs, except for like maybe two. Also, I'm probably going to be playing more Modern Warfare because a new raid for Modern Warfare dropped. I've been trying to play with Prodigy and a third rotator, so we've been trying to get that going.
Jenny
But
Mod got me stuck, man. I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. I've been trying to get you off of your fucking stroke fest out there, but it's been more. It's proved more challenging. I'm actually watching the end of the Flash. I guess the Flash will
Oh
end
yeah.
this coming Wednesday. Next Wednesday, yeah, next Wednesday, 24th will be the last episode of the Flash. I've been watching this season, so it's been pretty good. Uh, Mostly pretty good this season. Yeah, keeping it brief. But that's it for me.
Cronus, what you got?
So keeping it brief, I'm just saying. I know that Prodigy has fucking Super Scrolls to direct tomorrow morning, and I know he's got important shit to do, so I can't keep this going for too much longer. So I'm just
Nah, fuck
I'm
it.
gonna cut it short
Do
because
it.
y'all motherfuckers kept it going for so fucking long. So there you go. That's all. I'm not gonna say shit after this.
Yeah, no shit. Just
Man, my birthday's fucking important.
Same here. This birthday month, my dude. We partying out here.
Gotta
real.
make up.
Good to be back. Old enough to take us on out of here. God damn it. Oh, interspecies reviewers.
This
Interspecies.
motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
I can't. Well, actually, I can, but I'm not.
We're back. This is our first episode back from our hiatus. You're listening to Black and Black Times Infinity.
Good to meet you.
Infinity.
Podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with B's and BTIs, BTHAN, BTI, anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. Check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/B's and BTI. We're on most of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, B's and BTI, Black and Black Time Infinity if you can't find us. Every Wednesday, we go live on YouTube, 8:30 Pacific time-ish. We have a Discord. Email us at bthembti@gmail.com that you let us know you want to join, or if you have a question for us or any kind of like dankness you want to discuss, you can email us or join the Discord, put it on there, and that's it.
Skeet skeet.
Feed the children.
Drop it low.